Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Yeah, um, I think I'm good. Okay, good. I'm live. Yeah, what's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I hope you guys are having a great time, enjoying yourselves the way I did. The Texans win today. The Astros about to play, but what's most but this is a gaming channel, and I got to talk about it because not even a week, not even 5 days, but like 2 days, right? 2 days after the Activision Blizzard deal went through, the nonsense is starting already. And I was going to chill. I was going to chill this whole Sunday until I saw this article. And once I saw this article, I knew it was time. I knew I, I knew I had to clown him. It's like, damn it, you had to do everything in your power to keep me from keeping my damn mouth shut. Because we already did a victory lap back on the other day on Friday when everything went through, and not even 2 days. They didn't give us no time to just sit back and enjoy it as fans. Nah, man. Now the gaming media is trying to get Sony and Nintendo to join forces, like it's the fucking like the Avengers are trying to team up with the Masters of Evil, something to stop Galactus. Hey, what's up, Shizdon Elite? Yeah, man, Redfall's amazing, and then it looks, plays, and feels phenomenal with the update too. So yeah, man, I'm with you there, sis. No, I'm glad you. Well, matter of fact, you've been, matter of fact, to your credit, you've been saying Redfall is your game of the year, and I respect that. But as you guys see on screen, the gaming media. Oh man, oh, I cannot wait to get into this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, but the oh man, the melt. Every First of all, everything's just been hilarious, right? And you're going to find plenty of channels who are going to show you all the PlayStation fanboys losing their minds, saying their ridiculous stuff, having meltdowns. So I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go after the gaming media, because I think these guys are even more foolish, right? And I dig this graphic here with the PlayStation logo on the Switch. Exactly what would Sony and Nintendo do, Metro.com. What exactly would they do if they joined forces? Here comes the fake concern. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. As a reader who was worried about Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard and suggested merger between PlayStation and Sony to counter it. First of all, you inexperienced fuck, you mean PlayStation and Nintendo, because Sony already owns PlayStation. All right. So and if that header right there wasn't just the oh, Deaf Man, good point. I'll get to that in a second, Deaf Man. I mean, I'm Deaf Man. It's Dan the Man. Sorry about that, Dan the Man. But yeah, first of all, so no proofread, no editing, because yeah, a merger between PlayStation and Sony. Hey, dumbass, Sony already owns PlayStation. And here comes the fake concern about owning Activision Blizzard. And here's what's funny about that fake concern. And by the way, this fake concern here is proof that they do not give a fuck about why Activision went on sale to begin with. They don't give a fuck about the turmoil. They don't give a fuck about that. Their employees are unionizing. And remember, these people like those at Metro.com, they're the same ones who told you to support the devs, right? You remember that fake rallying campaign? Well, now that the best way the a dev could be supported is being under the umbrella of Microsoft, one of the biggest uh, one of the biggest companies on the planet, where they got an unlimited budget, and then Microsoft has been employee friendly with them, allowing them to getting rid of Bobby Kotick at the end of the year. So spare me this fake concern about, oh, I'm just so worried about the merger, and you're not even smart enough to correct yourself about a merger that's for a company or that Sony already owns the PlayStation brand. So yeah, Danda man, a partnership between Nintendo and Microsoft is 1,000 times more likely between a partnership between Sony and Nintendo, and here's why. We've already seen Phil. First of all, Phil is legit friends with the former head of Nintendo, Reggie. Reggie, and I forget his last name, so forgive me, Dan. Two, we've already seen them not only have a working relationship before, but Xbox has put a lot of games on Nintendo. Um, Hell, their Call of Duty is returning to Nintendo thanks to the Activision merger. So, Metro, or should I specific? Yeah. So Metro, well, Nintendo's already reaping benefits from the Activision merger that you're so scared of. So why the fuck would they join with Sony? You dumbass. But yeah, Dan, listen, if there was ever going to be a partnership, it is 1,000,000% Nintendo, Xbox, and Microsoft because they've had working relationships. Xbox has put a lot of games on Nintendo. They're putting Call of Duty back on Nintendo after what, a decade or something being absent from there. We've seen the games like Ori and the Blind Forest allowed on there. So yeah, Dan, you are better. You will most likely get that wish than this nonsense article here. Johnny Dome Studio says, like PlayStation partnering with Marvel, Xbox to do the same with DC. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I am a massive DC fan. Hell, you see the homie John Stewart has been my avatar this whole time from the Green Lantern. So yeah, if that ever happened, Johnny, oh man, I'll be ecstatic. But here's the thing. Here's the cool thing, Johnny. Xbox don't need these partnerships. And let's not forget, we're getting Indiana Jones as an exclusive thanks to the Bethesda deal. Just Elite here said they don't mind all the dub money grabbing things, so it's doing. Hold on. They don't mind all the dub money grabbing things, so is doing. Sony is doing, but they're worried about what might happen later. Yeah, and here's the thing: so some of the stuff they're worried about that might happen later ain't even going to happen. It's just fear mongering because the gaming media can no longer pretend that Sony's the number one. And don't sit here and tell me that Sony sells more consoles of that nonsense because what have those sales produced? Nothing. They can't. They're not the ones who's buying Activision or Bethesda. So don't even tell me that as an argument. So in the article it said, I don't think I'm the only one that had plenty misgivings when hearing that Microsoft would finally be completing their purchase of Activision. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to help their business given Call of Duty is exclusive, but I assume they didn't spend $69 billion for nothing. And the first paragraph, ladies and gentlemen, the first paragraph. Okay. I see we got a troll come in. Oh boy. Xbox has no games. You picked the wrong day. You picked the wrong day, my friend. I'll get to you in a second. So yeah, again, the fake business experts don't understand that why owning Activision, having the biggest best-selling game for 15 years in a row, and Call of Duty is going to help. It doesn't matter that Call of Duty exclusive because here's the thing, Metro. The moment future Call of Duties are day one on Game Pass, the millions of PlayStation fans who do nothing but play Call of Duty are going to jump ship to Xbox, despite the fact the game's going to still be on PlayStation because they'll be able to play Call of Duty with their subscription. Boom, game over. So to pretend that you don't know how it's going to help their business is you're either being disingenuous to the article writer of this article, or you have no clue what you're talking about. Oh my goodness, you actually told the truth here. You're right. Sony isn't in their place and never will be in terms of being comparable with Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft is the only one of the big three that has the money. And here's the thing. If Sony was still the Sony of the late 80s, early 90s, they would have done this too in this position, in this time. So I don't care if you like it. And he literally said, I don't like it. Um, This is just this is why I had to see. This is why I did this show because this article is beautiful. Listen to this. They're, as in Microsoft, increasingly acting like a rich bully while pretending there's some kind of charity looking out for the rest of gaming. I don't know how many people believe that, but I certainly don't. And I much prefer the status quo of three more or less equal companies trying to outdo themselves on a fair playing field. All right, all right, all right. I am calling fucking bullshit on this paragraph. No, 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 no. First of all, Microsoft has the bank to do what they want. Get off their ass. If you don't like it, go work at Microsoft. Go take Phil Spencer's job and sell all their assets. Sell all the companies they recently brought in since you hate it so much. Two, you're the one who's pretend. Are we really going to sit here and pretend that Sony wasn't a bully at their hair day? Are we? Because you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You know, and you're lucky that someone like my friend Hebot, who's even more knowledgeable than me on this topic, would have really went on in your ass. And then I much prefer the status quo. Of course you did, because the status quo was last generation. Last generation where you, Metro, and your writers and your editors and your ilk got so many clicks and views off of the negative Microsoft content. You got so much out of the lot, and a lot of it was lies about how you can't play digital not digital games, you can't play used games and stuff like that. So yeah, of course you don't like the status quo, but here's the thing: times change, people change, companies change, the path to success in gaming changes, the way we play our gaming is changing, and so the status quo was never ever going to be it was never ever going to stay the same. And stop this pity party about these companies doing it on an equal playing field. Sorry, pal, that's never going to happen. It never has happened, and it never will happen. When Sony were the big dogs, and as a company, they used their money, they used their weight, and they were far more of a bully than Xbox was, because listen, if Sony had the same power Xbox did, Call of Duty wouldn't be still going to Xbox. But since Phil and them know what they're doing, they know what makes money. They know what games are going to bolster the exclusivity lineup for Xbox, and those that they could make money off, like your Minecraft and Call of Duty. But here it is, the fake business expert, the fake concern, and who don't know what he's talking about. First of all, when did companies ever equally try to outdo themselves? That's never happened in gaming, you know. But let me get back to the comments here. Copium again. Oh yeah, this bullshit. PlayStation 3 sold 53 million units, Xbox 17, only 4 million X Series X. Yeah, again, no truth, no lies, no links, no proof, no nothing. First of all, last time Sony released numbers, it was something like 14 million. And Xbox, I think 21. But that's irrelevant because the people like Xbox has no games. Truth doesn't matter. Facts doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is that they lost. Hey, Xbox has no game. Y'all are the ones that don't get the next Elder Scrolls. Y'all don't got Starfield. You're hanging your bets off Spider-Man, the third Spider-Man in 5 games. So yeah. So I don't care how much Xbox sold. As long as it's sold enough that it's not going away anytime soon, which we know it's not because they got a next generation Xbox in the work. Who cares? Because third place, here's the thing. What did Sony in first place give you? Y'all don't got Bethesda. Y'all don't got Activision. They're about to resell your remaster or remake of The Last of Us. They're going to give you a remake or a remaster of Horizon Zero Entertainment. So you guys got nothing interesting. You don't even know what the PlayStation roadmap is, and don't come here naming third-party games like Stellar Blade. If Sony new CEO is going mobile, they might have to submit to Nintendo. Hey, that's a good point. Nintendo all my life, from the Game Boy days, dominated that handheld market like crazy. Johnny Dome Studio said, "Why? What would be funny is if Microsoft buys Warner Bros. Or Paramount or Universal to compete with Sony even more. Yeah, that'd be wild. That would really mess them up, man. That might you might have to check on Phil Spencer's safety after that. All right, another goal, another Another joker here saying Phil Spencer already admitted 3 times they have lost the console generation, and now they're talking about quitting gaming altogether. Yeah, that's why they're quitting so hard that they just invested $69 billion in Activision. They've got the next Xbox in the works. Man, they're just doing such a what an awful job Phil does at quitting. Hey, oh, by the way, official gamer, uh, you guys are losing the CEO. Hey, what's up, Mike Johnson? I hope you're doing well on this gorgeous, gorgeous Sunday. Call of Booty, about to make bank. Arg, yep. Hey, Call of Duty is not the best selling game for 15 years in a row, for no reason. All right. Chicken Eye 210. Sony bullied Sega out of business. Yep, exactly. Official gamer, shut up, your pony fanboy. Look at the big picture. Yeah. I might kick them out soon if they're gonna keep trolling and lying, but it is what it is. I don't think so. Chicken Eye Japan does not want to sell their companies to Microsoft. Hey, Mike, money talks. So listen, Mike, if there's anything that you should learn, if there's anything that we should learn as a gaming collective, never say never. All right. So no, hell, let's put it this way. 4 years ago, nobody, and I mean nobody, predicted Microsoft will own both Activision and Bethesda. Sony used their money to push Sega out. Definitely wasn't an even playing field then, but let's ignore that. Yeah, exactly. Well, the writer seems like he doesn't know that at all. According to him, gaming was always some equal landscape where each company paid the equal amount of money for the equal amount of games or some dumb shit. I don't even know how that would work. I seriously don't even know how an equal playing field will work. According to these guys. Dank Fountain gamers too the same way. Sony dropped baby steps after the ABK deal went south for Jim Ryan. He left ASAP and made excuses about him being overworked. Yep. Hey, he. Hey, leaving that. Hey, Hebot, if you want to join, let me know, my friend. I'll send you a link. I see you just joined in the chat. Let's see here. IMO. I don't think Xbox will buy Sega. They will partner with them, um, so their games don't see the light of day on Sony. Yeah, well, anything could happen. Again, Chicken Eye. Anything could happen. I don't. I can't predict it. I could just tell you what I'd like to see. And let me put it this way: as a massive Xbox fan, where Xbox my number one play to play, you would not see me crying at all if Microsoft decided to get Sega. The Wii sold 13 million. Yeah, yeah. The Wii unfortunately sold terribly. PS5 digital Slim costs more. Yeah, it does. It costs more than the current Slim, and it just has just a little bit more storage. While the Slim has what 50? I want to say 50. No, no, no. I'm sorry. Over 800 gigabytes. The new one has 1 terabyte. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why, but I've been having a hell of a lot of technical issues lately. I have no clue why. But back to it, back to it. Just give me 1 second here, fellas. Then let me get back to this article. This hilariously, wonderfully put article. All right, that's good. Okay, so back to the article. He says, I'm not sure I'm the first person who suggests this, but what I would like to see happen now is for Sony and Nintendo to team up. I don't think they've ever had a particularly close relationship, except for the ill fated CD-ROM business back in the 90s, but I don't think they hate each other either. They seem like more like respectful competitors, while Microsoft is the creepy stalker who won't take no for an answer, as revealed by the disturbing emails about Xbox wanting to buy Nintendo. And listen to this. Listen to this. Emotionally driven hit piece here. You don't think you come on now? So Microsoft has a better relationship than Nintendo right now than Sony does with Nintendo. Fuck out of here if you think otherwise, right? And yeah, Microsoft for the creepy stock who won't take no for an answer. How? Listen, Metro. Did you forget that you and your ilk were the same ones saying Xbox has no games? Xbox needs to do better. Xbox needs no more studios. Xbox One is weaker than the PS4. And when they address all those concerns, now you're more pissed than ever. Matter, you're so pissed that you want Nintendo and Sony to do the fusion dance like in Dragon Ball Z. And to combine into some fucking ultra powerful console that's supposed to stop Xbox when it won't. Oh dear God, here we go. Nintendo will never work with Sony because they betrayed them and literally tried to take them out of business. Yep. And the fact that the writer of this article, Hebot, doesn't seem to know that doesn't surprise me. And yeah, I sent you the link, Hebot, so join whenever you can. Hey, Sega Forever, I know you're in Hawaii, but if you want to join too, man, I send you a link. I agree with that. They may partner with them. Oh yeah, yeah. And if you don't know, Mike Johnson's referring to Nintendo and Xbox potential partnership. At least I hope he is. This Xbox last console, they said they need 100 million subscribers for Game Pass. Oh, my dude, it's not Xbox last console, but I got one for you. Since you want to talk about last consoles, I got one for your ass. You know, again, if you're gonna come here and troll, the Unlimited Truth is the worst possible place to troll because I'm about to show you something. Since you want to talk about last consoles, how about this jump from 2020? PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan told Financial Times that Sony PlayStation 5 could be the last gaming console from the company. This was back in 2020, by the way. So how about that, official gamer? How about that for Sony getting out the console business since you think Xbox will, huh, buddy? But I get it. I get it. I'm just entertaining you because you don't care. You probably don't even know any of this stuff. But hey, I just want to show you what the truth is because when you leave here and you go back to your PlayStation centric podcast where they lie to your face for 4 hours, as they also cry about Xbox, you're going to have that thought in the back of your head that, man, these Xbox guys are putting me on the facts because the stuff you see on screen, I ain't making up. I don't make any of this shit up. PlayStation last place in profits. Yep, exactly, Wilkins. Microsoft not caring about consoles; they're all about Game Pass. Stop comparing something they aren't competing in. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And here's the thing: the consoles are clearly just another method for them to get people on Game Pass. And not only that, Johnny Dome, what is it? 70% of Series S and X owners are sub to Game Pass, so Xbox is going to be fine. There's a reason why Xbox just cleared the deal, and Sony is out here, and we got these Sony guys out here, uh, um, crying and pretending that they don't understand why this is happening. Uh, if that happens, so Xbox should buy Take Two. Whoever's open for business, they'll buy. Sega Forever said, what's next? Sega? Yep, possibly. I mean, look, anything's possible, man. Anything's possible. Uh-oh. Hey, can you guys okay, good. I think y'all can hear me. I hope I haven't been talking to dead air. You said Mike needed no that was meant to go. What are you talking about? Halo never been dead. It's about to have a player resurgence for season 5. Yep, you know it. Oh my god, really? Remember Nintendo and Microsoft were tweeting about crossplay um on Minecraft when Sony refused crossplay. Hey, great points, Daka. Great point, Dr. Vaca. But yeah, what I'm reading, man, is just an article I saw, and this article is so hilarious that I had to talk about it because now the gaming media wants Nintendo and PlayStation to join forces like they're fucking Voltron over here. Let's see what else we got here. Sony fans so massive they make the world react retarded. Yeah, man. You know how it is, man. A lot of it's just fanboy material because they know the truth. You know the truth. I know the truth. But hey, that doesn't stop them. But what I do find extra hilarious is when moments like the gaming media jumps in on it. And the gaming media has a habit of pretending they're neutral, but then they put out the biased articles like this where they just can't help themselves. Apparently Microsoft's a creepy stalker who won't take no for an answer. The onus is on Sony and Nintendo to team up for some nonsense. Whatever. Like Metro, whoever wrote this article for Metro.com, just quit gaming, man, because Xbox not going anywhere. All right, he said if it was a merger, Nintendo would be an equal partner, and in my mind, they would handle all of PlayStation's Japanese studios in relationship, while Sony handles the Western side of things. Sony could do the consoles, but Nintendo could help out with subjectives on controllers and form factors. Both companies had their specialties in those areas. I believe they could work well together. It's not going to happen. The one opportunity they had in the early '90s, Sony blew it by being some greedy corporate fucks. Hey, what's up, Smitty Smith? Calling Phil Spencer a failure when Jim Ryan is quitting. Yeah, man, isn't that hilarious? Faded Blaze. Jim Ryan's the one out here quitting, and he's the one calling Phil Spencer a failure. Listen, I wish I could fill out my job that led to me doing the largest acquisitions in company history for $70 billion. Fuck yeah, man. They'll retire my ass with a gold share and the largest raise in history. Shit. Yeah, Jim Ryan's going out here quitting. Hilarious. I love that comment. Oh yeah, I love exposing the gaming media. I put it this way, Sega Forever. I enjoy exposing the media more than PlayStation fanboys because I understand PlayStation fanboys. They it is what it is. It's literally in their namesake, right? PlayStation fanboys. They're fucking fanboys of that stupid shitty console. You already know what you're gonna get. You already know how they're gonna react. You already know what they're gonna say. With the media, though, they should, in theory, be better than they are now, but they aren't. The matter of fact, this is easily the worst the gaming media has ever been in my 30 years of gaming, and it's not even close. Because back in the day, we never got these stupid ass articles, opinion hit pieces, and stuff, and fantasy wishing that Nintendo and PlayStation could merge together. Man, I wish Jim Ryan could get it. Man, I wish Hebot could get in here so we could throw some education on here too on y'all. All right, he says Sony lacks almost any family-friendly games, especially ones that are popular, and yet that's Nintendo's specialty. So there's a very obvious synergy with little overlap. None of Sony's first-party games are similar to Nintendo, and yet I feel there's a lot they could learn from each other and share. Who wouldn't want to see Naughty Dog game with Zelda's physics system, or Mario with graphics as good as Ratchet and Clank, or maybe F-Zero and Wipeout crossover? That would finally allow both games to make a comeback. Or how about Smash Bros with PlayStation characters? Wait a minute, hold on. What? Oh my God! Does the writer not know about PlayStation All Stars? The game that the Smash Bros clone PlayStation did that fucking flopped a decade ago. Oh my goodness! I don't think he knows. I don't think the writer of this article knows about PlayStation All Stars. It was literally Sony was literally copying Smash Bros. And it flopped. It was dead. Nobody played it. Nobody bought it. You know, and he's out here saying that's what Xbox. I mean, that's what Nintendo PlayStation needs to do. It already happened, and it already failed. Uh, this article it's brilliant. It really is. All right, and let me show you guys real quick. This right here is PlayStation All Stars from the PS3. What is that? Look at this shitty Smash Bros clone right here. Look at this bullshit. This is what this is what's supposed to what Nintendo. This is to the article writer. This bullshit you see on screen is supposed to be what competes with Call of Duty, Halo, Gears, Starfield, Hellblade, Avowed, Indiana Jones, Forza Horizon, and Motorsport, Fable, and the rest of the Xbox games. This nonsense. It- they make my job too easy sometimes, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. They really do. You know, this article is magical. I'm telling you guys, this is wonderful. This guy does not know about PlayStation All Stars. He wants Nintendo and Sony to join forces. Oh, just phenomenal stuff. Really, really. And I gotta laugh because 2 days, 2 days after the official Activision merger went through, and they are already starting this bullshit. Oh, it's terrific. Ponies getting exposed whenever they go back to Activision deals to light. Yeah. Do you know how many people were saying that it was blocked by the CMA? It's not going to happen and stuff like that. Dank, and now they all were proven wrong. All you could find online and stuff to expose them. Dan the man said, like I said, Microsoft and Nintendo. I'm loving Microsoft's gaming model. Game Pass sold me on Xbox. Yeah, yeah, Dan the man, and it's sold a lot of people on Xbox, and for great reason. It's a great asset for hundreds of games. And it's very cool that even you as a Nintendo fan, you could, if you want to play Starfield and say you don't have the money because you just spent your money on that new Mario game, right? Well, just pay your 10 or 15 bucks for Starfield or for Game Pass, and boom, a Nintendo fan like you could play both Xbox and Nintendo's biggest game of the year. How's that not brilliant? Also, Nintendo had Minecraft Steve on Smash Bros. Yes, that's true. That's true. They did have Minecraft Steve on Super Smash Bros. Jim Ryan got fired. They had no backup dude to replace him because it was a sudden move. The head of Sony PlayStation, the head honcho, said we in trouble, and I need to step in. Yep. Oh yeah, 100%. Chicken Eye. Yeah, Chicken Eye 210. Yeah. Well, let's get back to it. I think so. Here's the closing parts of the article. I know that you're thinking, and I'd rather they stay separate too, despite potential benefits. But we're past that point. Microsoft has made its move, and it's going to make more. Sony has to respond, and while Nintendo, or at least its fans, may feel it's safe, it's not. Especially as we know, Microsoft very much has them in their sights. In order to counter Microsoft and keep both of them in business and relatively independent, I think PlayStation and Nintendo team up is only the logical way to move forward. Well, if they team up, how would they be independent? Because they wouldn't be independent of each other unless you mean independent from Xbox, which I mean I guess fair enough. But here's the kicker: both of them use Xbox resources because Sony does use some of Microsoft's cloud. Xbox has no problem putting games on Nintendo, at least games that aren't meant to be exclusive. Your Ori's, your Minecraft, your Call of Duties. So article writer, exactly what would actually if my thing, what would a merger between Nintendo and Sony even do? Platinum game asks to be bought. Yep. Oh, they hold on. Maybe I didn't know that. The Sony ponies is worried about Xbox so much they worried about Sony PlayStation and what happens in the future. Yeah, you know, Kenneth William. Thank you for joining, Kenneth. You know, they're really worried about Sony and PlayStation. They really are. And the kicker to that is that there's nothing Sony can do. All right, it's almost that it's almost that simple. There's no one game Sony could ever release that could stop the monster of Game Pass. Call of Duty was bringing in so much of their revenue, they were using that to fund their own games anyway. So, Kenneth, please tell me what individual action could Sony do that would help them? Because we know their games don't make money like that. We know this. We know that they have higher revenue but less profits. We know all this stuff now. Faded Blaze said that's why I had to switch to an Xbox. That's why I have a Switch and an Xbox. About to buy Mario Wonder. Yep, that's what's up, Faded Blaze. Sega Man, our boy Sega Man has both Switch and Xbox as well. Now, I got a PlayStation and Xbox, but to be fair, my brother gave me his PS5 for free. It's not like I went out and bought it. Jim Ryan was there to set things straight. Sony said they were going for sub and user numbers, not console sales, right before Jim took over. Oh, that's true. You're right. You're right, Vodka. Now, did he set things straight? I can't really say that, but Vodka, you're not wrong. And oh, hey, Hebot, man, thank you for jumping in. Hey,
Hey,
hey, okay. So
what?
so let me get you caught up real quick because this article is magical.
Oh boy, oh
This
boy.
this article from Metro.com said Sony and Nintendo should join forces to combat Xbox. And here's my favorite part. Hold on, where is it? Here's my I gotta read this part to you because it's so funny that I'm stunned. I'm stunned he put this on paper here as
Mhm.
as if as if hold on. Okay, here it is. Here it is. He said, "There, as in Microsoft, increasingly acting like a rich bully while pretending there's some kind of charity, looking out for the rest of gaming." I don't know how many people believe that, but I certainly don't, and I much prefer the status quo
Mm.
of three more or less equal companies trying to outdo themselves on a fair playing field. That was so hilarious to me, and I had to call
The
him out because,
hypocrisy.
yeah,
The
exactly.
fucking hypocrisy.
The rich Xbox are the rich bullies. I'm just like, no, there's no way possible this guy was alive in 1993, 94. I
First
gotta
of
pass
all,
the mic to you and get your thoughts on this, man.
dude, this is fucking hysterical. The
Hmm.
absolute hypocrisy of all level of playing field. When Microsoft had less studios that were in house, meaning first party,
Hmm.
all they said was, Microsoft, just get out because you can't compete. Sony is the best of the best, right? Meanwhile, all them developers that Sony got, out of all the ones they had, they only had built two, which was Polyphony Studios, who did the Gran Turismo series, and Santa Monica, Sony Santa Monica, because the other studios they built, obviously, like fucking Sony of Japan and the SOE division, which was the Sony Online Entertainment, they fucking closed down, right? Everything else they bought. Things like Sucker Punch, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, those were all fucking developers that existed that worked with Sony in the PlayStation 1 era or from the PlayStation 1 era because they paid them off because they had the big buckets or the big dollars, which Nintendo and Sega couldn't compete because Sony was an entertainment company that had movie studios and all types of other crazy stuff. So they were worth about 900 or I think it was nine $300 billion back in the fucking 90s, right? And 80s, right? So they had deep pockets. So they basically bought out every developer because no developer in the industry had ever seen those kind of money payouts to make games exclusive to a certain platform because Sega and Nintendo, even though they had money, they weren't, buku rich like that, right? Because all they did was toys first,
Hmm.
and then fucking video games, right?
Right.
So they bought every fucking studio they had that's third party, even the ones who did Killzone, whatever the fuck they're called, the fucking Guerrilla Games. They bought them motherfuckers too. They ain't built them motherfuckers. They bought them, right?
Yep. Yep.
So the level of hypocrisy to say that Microsoft is trying to bully the industry to take control when I'm tired of saying this shit. And I had somebody on Twitter comment and I couldn't respond because of the fact that since the new news is that Microsoft's and with the deal with Microsoft Activision finally went through, since that's the news, that's the only thing that keeps coming up. I haven't been able to find it, but I had it clear as day, and when I swear to God, when I find the receipt, I'm gonna put it up
Mm.
because I haven't been able to find it yet. But it was
Oh.
that they when Activision said that it was Microsoft that they approached Microsoft, and Microsoft told them go search somewhere else to see what kind of offers they get. because they just had finished doing the deal with for Cinemax, right?
Mm. Yep.
And so I guess they didn't want the slack or the heat, the very same thing that the fucking media is trying to push, like saying that, oh, they're being pushovers, or that they're trying to take control of the industry and this and that by buying people off, right?
Right.
And then when Activision went to places like Sony and Amazon and Google, they got turned down because they wanted $120 billion because that's what they were worth in the market cap.
Right.
And then when they came, go
Sorry to
ahead.
cut you off, but I put it on screen. Activision Blizzard wanted to sell, so it approached Microsoft.
Thank you. For fuck's sakes. I had a hard time finding that shit.
No
And please
worries.
put that up for me
It's
on
on
Twitter with
screen.
that guy that asked me because he said that I was lying, that it wasn't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, I got
Please.
you. I got
Because
you.
I couldn't find it, right? But anyway, so I know I wasn't bugging the fuck out, and I know I wasn't retarded. But anyway, I fucking said Microsoft never went to Activision, you dumb
Hmm.
fucking cunts. You fucking ingrates. Microsoft never went to Activision. I'll say it again. Activision came to them once they started losing investors after the whole Bobby Kotick's ordeal that young lady killed herself.
Yes.
They started to lose fucking investors. Their stocks all fell down, and they were going to sell off each IP individually or file for bankruptcy.
Hmm.
This was public fucking record. They said it 1,000 times. Yet somehow, some way, with media and every other clown on fucking Facebook, Spaces, and wherever the fuck you can find a clown, right, that hates Xbox, they keep saying Microsoft just bought this to bully the industry. What the fuck do you not understand that Activision went to them because they were in fucking trouble? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I don't understand where the fuck these clowns don't get it. They
It's
never approach Activision.
yeah, yeah. And by the way, you see that on screen. And let me add to that, Hebot, while you're spitting, man. Let
Thank
me
you.
add to that. They not only do they seem to not know, it seems like they don't even care.
Right,
Because
because they're trying to act like it's not like that. They're trying to ignore it to make it seem like, yeah, Microsoft is just trying to bully the industry. That's what they're trying to fucking do, right? Like,
Mhm.
we don't know that Insomniac was bought because Sony just wanted the advantage to keep saying, we're going to keep making Marvel games Insomniac. That's the only reason Sony even bought Insomniac. Because they were making all that fucking ruckus and getting all those praises for Spider-Man, even though they've worked with Insomniac games for forever since the PlayStation 1 and never once tried to buy them. Ed Price said himself, we want to stay independent because we want to keep our IPs. Because Sony never let us keep our IPs. And on the PS4 era, he said they only wanted to make photorealistic games, so we wanted to do something unique, and only Microsoft allowed us to do that. That's why they did Sunset Overdrive.
Yep.
And how they did do Sunset Overdrive? Because Microsoft also paid for the motherfucking engine, which was the Sunset engine, which is the one that's being utilized with PlayStation for all the Spider-Man games that they've done thus far. Right?
Yep.
Microsoft paid for that engine. You got Spider-Man, you fuck faces, because Microsoft paid for that engine. Because Sony wasn't going to pay for a new engine. Okay? They weren't going to do that. Just like in the case with fucking Kojima. They
Mhm.
let him use the Decima engine that was created by fucking the developers of Killzone before they bought them. And then the developers of Killzone, which is Guerrilla Games, told and offered Kojima so that he didn't have to build an engine from scratch so he could do the game quicker because building engines take a long time. Oh, use our Decima engine for your new game. And he agreed. Why you think fucking goddamn Quantum Break took so long to do? Because Microsoft told them build a new engine and we'll fund it. And that's where they got the Northlight engine, which is going to run Alan Wake 2. Another fucking game that is existing because Microsoft funded the fucking engine.
Mhm.
When the fuck has Sony funded any engine to be built for any fucking game? Zero. They've never done it. Okay? So get the fuck out of my face with it. And you really fucking think you quack jobs that fucking Nintendo is gonna go to Sony and team up when Nintendo said from the very beginning after what happened in the 80s, since they tried to betray us and literally take Nintendo off the market, we will never work with them ever again. Okay? Ever. When the fuck you seen a partnership with Nintendo and Sony? Never. For these motherfuckers to put this article, you can see how much of a cooking quack job they are. This is just wishful thinking because that's their two favorite fucking platform. They're fucking stupid.
Yeah, they so desperately they hate Xbox so much they're now they're now what is that word I'm looking for? We're
Beyond
predicting,
desperate.
yeah, predicting this desperation move.
Mhm.
By the way, Nintendo's not the desperate one in this situation. Sony would be. So let's
Oh
be clear
no.
about even that.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hey Zink, I sent you a link if you want to join. Dion Hayes said Air PlayStation, the house is on fire and no one's concerned. When people standing outside telling them that their house is on fire and they saying it's okay, we'll put it out someday. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. They want Nintendo fans to pick up the slack. That vodka, you're not wrong because hey, say what you will about Nintendo fans, they'll buy their exclusives. Oh,
Oh
they
hell
love
yeah.
their
Oh
they
hell
they,
yes.
they love their
Oh hell
Pokemons.
yes.
They love their Pokemons, Mario,
Oh
Zelda.
hell yes. And let's
Listen,
keep
you
it
couldn't pay
100.
them. You couldn't pay them to buy Bayonetta. Oh,
Oh
but they
hell
lining
no.
up for
They
Zelda.
didn't buy Bayonetta. They didn't buy Astro Chain. They didn't fucking buy Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is exclusive. But they sure enough bought that Kirby. They sure
Yep.
enough bought that Metroid. They sure enough bought that Mario because Nintendo fans are they're like cultists. All they buy is anything Nintendo brand. If they own it, they buy it. It could be dog shit. Like Splatoon. Splatoon's not a great game. It's actually very average. But they buy the fuck out of it.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like these dudes, they act like they don't know what's going. Look, the writing's on the fucking wall, bro.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan left because he knew, okay, and no, he didn't get fucking fired. He quit because he knew he was done for.
Yeah, he quit, man. He
He
quit.
knew he was done for. He looked like an ass. He got caught lying. He got caught trying to sabotage the fucking deal. He got caught talking shit. He got caught saying and skewing numbers. He got caught.
No, he didn't quit. He got fired.
He
You,
no
you,
no he quit. He
hey,
quit.
here's
He
how
quit.
you can tell. Here's how you could tell he got
He quit.
fired. I said this a long time ago. I
Mm-hmm.
said the only thing the FTC, the CMA, and Jim Ryan can accomplish by attacking this deal is Jim Ryan will get fired, the FTC will be defunded, the CMA will eventually get defunded. Let me tell you what you remember the emails that they had. We had a show a few weeks ago, and
Mm-hmm.
those emails came out about Jim Ryan talking to Fidelity Investments.
Yeah.
Yeah 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 yeah.
He thought his audience was Ryan McCaffrey, Paris Lilly, Kotaku, your
Mm-hmm.
best friend. He bought. What's your best friend's
Paul
name?
Tassi,
Paul
Paul
Tassi,
Tassi, Jeff
uh,
Grubbs, Brad
Jeff Grubb,
Sams, Calabri. Go ahead, go ahead.
Clover. Hold. Let's keep naming them. What's my Maddie Plays,
Matty plays exactly.
ACG, Angry Joe, all of
Rich
them.
Review Tech, Rich Review Fart,
Destin
uh-huh.
Legary,
Dustin the Shitty,
you know all
Colin Motherfucker Ari.
the entirety of all of these people.
Mm-hmm.
He actually thought he was talking to them, saying, "Oh, we have 10 or 12 games as a service, and we're going." He started making up shit. Fidelity
Mm-hmm.
Investments is like, "Bruh, you're hoping something happens. We're not falling for this." Soon as
Mm-hmm.
the FTC lost in San Francisco, we never heard from him again
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
ever. We never heard from him, but you could hear him pleading to Fidelity Investments what we were going to do. Jim,
Yeah.
you weren't going to do
This
shit.
is how the conversation went. They're
Tell it.
like, hey Jim. Oh man, guess what, man? I need you to pack your bags. Jim's like, oh shit, really? Where am I going next? Am I going to Brussels? Am I going to France? I get it. You're sending me to Japan next. You're like, nah, we're sending you home. What?
Yeah, get your shit out your locker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but let me get
Oh
back to
my
the
god.
chat. Kenneth Williams says Nintendo fans honestly don't care about Sony, but their own product. I respect. Oh, but their own product. I respect it. Yeah. Listen, I give Nintendo shit all the time. I'm probably one of 6 people who gives Nintendo shit and openly does so. But their friends are loyal, and
Oh yeah.
Sony would kill.
Oh
Sony
yeah.
would kill for the Xbox and Nintendo loyalty, especially Nintendo loyalty.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Because
not that Nintendo is loyal. It's that us parents are loyal that Nintendo
Well,
will
that's another big part of it, right?
yeah.
they will produce a product that their kids won't be corrupted by, like we weren't corrupted. Unlimited wasn't born yet, he bought, but we weren't corrupted because we watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
a safe Sesame Street. Well,
Mm-hmm.
today, uh, Nintendo, well, like I told my little sister, hey, buy your daughter this Nintendo Switch. She don't play games with the adults, so it's safe. She won't see
Yeah.
anything crazy. So Nintendo's audience is 12 and under. Now the older people, yeah, they
Well,
Nintendo loyalists. That's true, but they have a guaranteed naive audience
yeah.
that are
Well,
gonna.
Like 85% of their audience is kids.
you're underestimate y'all two are underestimated their 40-year-old nostalgia lovers
Oh no, no. I know
who has
that.
the
No, no, for
disposable
sure. Yeah, I
income.
know.
Yeah, who has the disposable income to buy these collector's edition? Because ain't no kid buying the fucking $400 Zelda collector's edition. It's the 40-year-old Nintendo fans that are standing out
Correct. That's
online
true too.
all night for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a smaller portion of them. We all buy. I'm just so fortunate that my son saw me playing Halo before he could open his eyes good.
Yeah.
He played that, and my kids they only had the handheld Nintendos, a Game Boy, and all that stuff. They never
Mm-hmm.
wanted because the Wii was getting hot around their time, and my son was like, "Wait a minute, this is some trash," and didn't have to get one for him.
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely.
Unlimited, I missed something.
Uh-huh.
So this is somebody actually wrote an article like
Oh
that?
yes. This is
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is 100% the article, and that's the only reason why I'm doing this show right now, because this article thing, I saw it, I died laughing, and I'm like, no, people I gotta clown this. I gotta clown this nonsense, and this is just the article's hilarious too, because this guy, oh my goodness, he's all of a sudden worried about the Activision Blizzard deal because they don't give a fuck about the fact that a woman killed herself under the
Yeah.
employment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or the fact that the Activision employees are unionizing. They don't give a shit about that.
Why they don't give a fuck that a Chinese company that don't give 2 fucks about us Americans called Tencent owes 57% of the gaming market?
Right.
Why they don't care about that? Huh?
Dude, that's kind of crazy.
And then here's sorry to cut you off,
Go
Zing.
ahead.
But here's another good part of the article I thought was hilarious. He said, I don't think they've ever, and by they mean Sony and Nintendo, ever had a particularly close relationship except for that ill-fated CD-ROM business back in the 90s. But I don't think they hate each other. And that's
Oh,
one of the
God.
moments I'm like, oh my goodness, this
Oh,
guy
Jesus
doesn't know.
Christ.
He
Oh,
don't.
God.
Doesn't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He
There's
has
like
no
4
idea.
different documentaries that'll show you 100% that they don't like each other.
Right. And dude, and it's a flip of the coin, really, of who double crossed who on that system they were supposed to make together in the 90s.
No, it was Sony. It was Sony because Sony was going to produce their disc, right?
Right.
And they were the only ones in the market with the disc at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked them to build the CD console attachment for the Nintendo because it was supposed to be their next console to compete with Saturn because it was in the horizon and would fucking put it, and that was it. It was nothing else. It was Saturn.
Yeah, I know all of that.
And then
Go ahead. Go ahead, Hebot.
Uh-oh. He about dropped. Dang it.
Damn.
Yeah,
but see,
go ahead.
where Hebot was going, I know all of that stuff. But then you hear a couple things back in the dark that Nintendo was like, "No, bro."
There you go. Hey,
Stay over here. Okay, there you go. But he
can you hear me?
Yeah,
No. And then what happened was when they knew that because it was Kazurai, I think, went behind Sony's back to help them develop the fucking console or the thing that we're gonna do,
Yep.
and it was done by Sony by Nintendo funding it, right? So
Hmm.
then, so then what happened was they were like, yeah, by the way, I think what we should do is you should pay us a percentage of the disc and a percentage of the units. So essentially, even though Nintendo bagged the whole fucking goddamn development cost, they were going to make more money than Nintendo on their own motherfucking products.
Hmm.
Who the fuck is going to do business like that where I make less money than you when you didn't put it down?
Well, the thing is because Nintendo had the software portion, the
Yeah,
con
yeah, but they
the
wanted to
console,
get a percentage of each disc because they were going to provide the disc. It's
right,
Sony.
hundred
So they
percent,
were going to make money off the disc and the hardware. You get what I'm saying, Zink?
right, right. I understand all of that, and of course, but the hardware is the most difficult thing to make, and it yields the lowest profit margin. That's
Mhm.
I'm listening to a show today, and they still saying this deal might move Microsoft up to better compete while they still in third place. Bruh, shut the fuck up.
Bro,
We are
they
not
this
in third place. Will you shut
oh,
up?
Zink,
No, no,
I'm
no, oh,
so
no. What?
tired.
Zinc. No, no, no.
Zink.
Let's give him that. And the reason why I want to give him that is because I love the idea of third place kicking first place ass. I want it to stay that way. I
No,
love
but
that
you
they
know
come
what?
here and say third place, third place, third place. But
Look,
I just ask them, what did PlayStation in first place get you?
you I'm
Y'all are
just
they are hanging their bets off fucking Spider Man.
Yeah,
look.
something
I
that they
know what
always
Zink is
own.
talking about too.
Oh yeah.
You know, you just look. I fucking hate the fact that they keep trying to say that Microsoft in third place because they're only counting console sales, right?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah.
Well,
We know that.
we already fucking know.
Hmm.
But this has been reiterated with data backing it up hundreds of times already.
And but here's the thing. There, I like Flip Money and I all we've said this for a long time, and Unlimited said it too. I don't believe that damn number. I don't
Right,
believe that
right. They
number
do
at
skew
all.
numbers because they got caught lying about numbers with the PlayStation Move and the Vita. They got
And,
caught lying about numbers. They've
and
done it before.
and here's what else I said. When they moved their headquarters from Japan to the United States to California, I said, you can't lie about your sales here
Yeah.
because
Unlimited.
it affects the stock price.
Do
So
me a
now
favor.
he can't lie now. So
Hmm.
this is one of the reasons his ass is fired because Fidelity Investments is like, bro, we hear what the media is saying that you're number one, but we're looking at these actuals here. You're not number one. Your console sales aren't that high.
Yeah.
Where's the profit margin? You're a liar.
Bingo. They let me
What the fuck?
let me edit that Zinc, and then I'll let Hebot speak because he's going to ask me something. So hold that thought for just 1 second,
I
Hebot.
got it.
But Zinc, to back up what you're saying, Sony is the least profitable of the three companies.
Mhm.
Sony is, I think even the PlayStation brand is less valued than the Xbox brand and Nintendo brand, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
100%.
As we saw during the Brazil courts, Xbox has what 60 to 70% of the subscription market, right?
Mhm.
What else? What else am I forgetting off the top of my head here? But what the point is, the console sales stuff has proven to not mean nothing for them to say first place. But I let them have it anyway, Zinc, because I just love this idea. It really does just entertain me that first. I've never seen quote unquote first place be such losers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year that it was the Eagles who got the parade? That's the equivalent we're dealing with here because
Right, right,
Hey,
apparently Sony's
right,
first place, but man, Xbox got the Super Bowl trophy. They throwing the parade. They celebrating
right.
with the city. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
so
Right.
That's
And,
hot.
and before you give it to Hebot, and Hebot, you could elaborate. I agree. Also, Eliminate. I love this because I love the cry. You could hear and
mm,
feel hurt. It's like an athlete sensing the play with awareness. It's beautiful to hear them cry. Like
yeah,
like I sent to you, Unlimited Big Cloud, changing his mind. This dude is saying, "Oh, I told Sony fans, bruh, you were doing the same thing. And I'm listening
Right.
to this dude, and Big Cloud is over here talking all this shit. And I slowly looked at my Xbox refrigerator. I said, Big Cloud, you were one of the catalysts behind us getting a refrigerator.
Mhm.
Hmm.
He was dogging out my it looks like a refrigerator. Ha ha ha. Aaron Greenberg made us all refrigerators, and Big Cloud said, "Oh, that's not professional of Aaron Greenberg." Really, bro? Dude, I haven't forgotten none of that, boy.
Now it's not professional
Yeah.
because
Right,
it didn't work in his motherfucking favor, right?
right. Hey,
Hey,
dude.
The fuck out of here.
that's how the article sounds too, because the article literally says in the quote here, that would be which was destroy. Where okay, here it is. My suggestion of a merger between Sony and Nintendo would be for two purposes: to create a single company big enough to take on Microsoft. Which, by the way, if they merge it, they wouldn't be close to Microsoft.
No.
Not even.
Nintendo out of Microsoft clutches because again, to these PlayStation fanboys and the media's full of them, like this article, it's not even about Nintendo. It's about trying to stop Xbox, which they can't do. But Hebot, what are you going to ask me?
Yeah, go
And,
ahead.
and it's also about trying to use Nintendo in their favor to get numbers and create better numbers. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? No, what I was gonna say to you is do me a favor and look up Sony gets caught lying about sales numbers. I believe for PS Vita or PSP and the Move, and put it on the screen so people can see that they got caught in the past. This is not me making shit up. This is a lie. It's not a lie.
Hold on,
Sony has
Hebot.
got
Did you
caught
did you
lying
just
about
mention
hardware numbers.
did you just mention the PlayStation Move?
Yeah, yeah.
Hebot, why does everybody act like that garbage didn't exist? Everybody,
Because
all
well,
what
well,
unlimited?
because nobody bought it. So how can you remember something exists when you never
They
even seen it in
repurposed it
person?
just for the VR because of
Oh,
that
that's
reason.
right. That's right. That's right. They did repurpose it for
Mhm.
VR. I forgot about that.
Hey, unlimited. Here's where I'm going, and I know he's full of shit. He know this too. But
Yeah.
my thing is, everybody likes to say Microsoft switched to connect. Bruh, at least Connect is still being used in the hospitals at the
Not only
Yeah.
not only that, it was the best selling third party
Peripheral
peripheral
of
all
all
of all time.
times.
Yeah.
ever. Okay,
Facts.
but nobody knows where the PlayStation Move is. It's over there in New Mexico, buried with them ET cartridges.
Oh yeah, the ET cartridges, the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl championship shirts. They're
Yeah,
buried.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're buried with the Philadelphia Philly shirt. Sorry to shit on Philly, but they lost a lot last year, man.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah.
Hey, man, check it out. Here's Tool Man 55. One of my boys thought he was gonna catch me in a lie at 7:58 p.m. He over here said, Tool Man says, I just started playing Forza Motorsport for the first time at Other Zinc. Damn, I mean, damn,
Mhm.
awesome. GT7 who? Tool Man, did you think I was bullshitting? I know Tool Man
Yeah,
Tool Man
yeah.
is a great guy. But dude, man, the game is amazing. I think
Mm.
Mhm.
I'm a level 90. And I thought I was great. This one
Yeah.
dude on my friends list is a level 402. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yo, and y'all don't know the way Zink be playing games is intricate because he be like, man, I played Forza for 90 hours and I ain't do nothing but change tires the whole time. I'm like, shit.
Somebody else ragged on me about that, man.
Oh
They,
shit.
they
You
said
ain't shit. You ain't shit unlimited. You put it on the spot. You put him
he
on the
did.
spot.
He
it,
did.
it,
Hey,
it it wouldn't be a show if I didn't mess with Zink, man.
dude, hey man, somebody else got me like that because I said I played like 50 plus hours of Starfield and I've yet to complete a mission.
Yeah.
That's how this game is amazing, dude. But Forza comes, and then to this week, Halo is dropping some new stuff, dude.
Mhm.
And then I want to play Unlimited's game, Assassin's Creed. I'm
Mhm.
like E-Rock, dude. I don't have enough time for this shit.
Yeah, none of us do. Rogers Casper said, profit margins on each console is very low. Profits on software and services where the vast majority of profits are. Yeah, exactly, Roger.
Mhm.
Gun Griffin, hey, thank you for joining, Gun Griffin. He said, "Freaking Sony ponies, begging Nintendo to save them now." My God, it's freaking hilarious. It is hilarious, Gun. Like think about it. Listen, they're not even asking Jeff Bezos. They're not asking Elon Musk.
No, no,
They're
no.
asking Nintendo to save them. Like, my goodness, have some pride. Sony fans? What happened to their pride? They used to be so confident. Now it's the equivalent of picking on the wimpy kid at this point with these guys. They're just all crying. They're depressed. I was reading how there's a news report going around how Prozac prescriptions increasing, and it's like, what is it from? Apparently from some Japanese company, because these guys are just miserable. They're just miserable out here, and I'm enjoying every second of it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really getting kicked out of the media, because the media, man, they're just running with whatever now. This was another good one I saw. Oh, that's right. Call of Duty 3 Modern Warfare beta is awful, and Microsoft has wasted.
Oh yeah. That's the new one. That's the new one.
Yeah,
hold on. I missed
now it's awful because it's owned by Microsoft. Yeah. Oh my God,
it ain't shit. Call of Duty is garbage.
Yeah, you're still buying it, so thank you. Thanks for giving Xbox.
This reminds me, Unlimited and other things. This reminds me. Remember when MLB The Show first came to Game Pass?
Bro.
That year they scored it low, trying to say that it was mediocre, that it wasn't that great. But the year before, they tried to give that shit a 9.
Games ever.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yep. And here's the thing. It was the exact same writer from the exact same website that gave it a lower score as soon as it hit Xbox. And that's because, listen, everybody knows that there's a Xbox tax when it comes to reviewing these scores. When Hi-Fi Rush came out, one site, and I think it was Metro actually, literally said, I can't give this higher than a 7 because they didn't release no games last year. Some nonsense.
Like some crazy retarded nonsense. Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine somebody being like, man, this Stanley Kubrick movie was beautiful, but he didn't release a movie in 5 years, so I'm giving it a 7. Yeah, nobody says that bullshit but in gaming. And people somehow take it at face value, and I'll never understand why. But it makes it easy for me to clown them like shows like today. So I've learned to live with it.
Right. Oh yeah. It's like
you learn to weaponize it to your advantage. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
100%. Just like
man, y'all guys weren't here when one of the trolls came in and he was like, Xbox last console, and I put it on screen. Please tell me I still have it. I put it on screen from 2020. Jim Ryan, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan told Financial Times, Sony PlayStation 5 could be the last gaming console from the company. So you listen.
And it was the same thing with PS4.
Yeah.
When they went to PS4, they said the PS4 would have never been successful. They would have been bankrupt. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Listen, Charles, I am the worst person you come here and say that to, because I'll disprove you in a heartbeat.
100%.
And Roger's cat. Yeah, Roger's cat Casper also disproved y'all by saying most ponies don't buy first-party games. Yeah,
100%. And by the way, go back to Dr. Vodka, because I wanted to say something about that. Dr. Vodka said at 8:03 p.m. Dank found Apple is smart enough to avoid that. Whatever they were talking about, I want to get to something else. Unless they make the PS6, Apple would use its own operating system. Apple is a smart company. I don't have Apple stuff, but Apple is a relatively intelligent company. They know Sony doesn't have any freaking assets. So unless there's some patent that Sony has that they need, there's no way Apple would spend $70 billion or $100 billion on those clowns.
Yeah.
No, tell me you can find it, Unlimited.
No, I'm still looking.
Okay. But I can send you a picture. I can send you a picture of it.
Okay, yes. Text it to me. Maybe I could get
I'll text it to you, and then you can put it up there.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do it that way. Thank you, baby.
I am finding some good articles I forgot about. What are you doing out there, Hebot?
Mute first.
I had to mute him. Yeah, I didn't mute him.
Okay.
Dank Fountain said, I can see Apple, Sony cloud service on computer and phones. Well, they're definitely going to go more mobile, according to their new because apparently their new CEO is more pro mobile than console. So, before Microsoft bought Call of Duty, they were praising the game, and now they calling it trash. Don't you find that kind of suspicious? Nah, because they do it all the time. They loved Hellblade until it went to Xbox, and it was Walking Simulator trash. They hate, but they love Bethesda games. Now they pretend that they never played a Bethesda game in their life. Right. So it's typical of them.
Let's get some more BitCloud in there, Dion Hayes. Now all of a sudden, BitCloud was over here talking on Mav's show, And Mav talk a whole lot of shit, man. He was
Yeah.
really killing it. But a Big Cloud comes in and he's talking. Us, we everybody know. People don't even. That's what he said. He said people aren't even playing the Call of Duty demo because it's on PlayStation, and your little core group hate it. So you three or four
Nah,
people
that he's
aren't playing
lying.
it, but
Listen,
everybody else
I'm
is
telling you,
playing.
and everybody watching this right now. But in January 2024, the top 10 best sold games on PlayStation 5 will come out. Number one will be Call of Duty
Hundred
Modern
percent.
Warfare. All right.
Unlimited. Finish it. The number one game sold of 2023 will be Call of Duty.
Yep.
Period. Hey, as long as it's not a new Minecraft or a new what's that GTA, it's gonna be Call of Duty.
Yep. And the thing with
Look,
Minecraft and
Unlimited
GTA,
called that out a while back, and he's gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
right. I
yeah,
guarantee you.
Yeah,
I guarantee
and
you.
this is coming from people that don't play Call of Duty, but we're not gonna sit
Right.
here and lie and say that the game it's a good
Oh,
game.
because we could see right through the bullshit. That's why. We're
Yeah,
not saying you're pandering.
dude, it's like I've always said, I can't stand Grand Theft Auto, but that was my game of the generation. Even though
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
played
And it was the first racer to actually become a billion
no,
dollar seller.
no, I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand
Right,
Theft
right. But still, like
yeah.
Gran Turismo, we may not like it, but it was the
Oh,
first $1 billion selling racing game. We
oh,
can
yeah,
admit that.
he bought back in the day, Gran Turismo, it was the first of its kind. It was
Yeah.
great.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Along with
Even
stuff
though I
like
like Sega GT better, but since they had the licenses, they were killing it.
I like
mhm,
Sega GT, and Rage Racer was fantastic on the
Oh
PS.
yeah, Ridge Racer. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rage Racer was even better. I mean, I love those games, but dude, today it's not it. But Grand Theft Auto, dude, I didn't like that game, but I saw what they were doing. I saw what they did. It was phenomenal. And what the same thing that happened to Starfield happened back then. Everybody have a different story to tell about the damn game.
yep.
Everybody, go on here, guys.
Yeah, Goggle Post said, "Did you hear about the devs saying Sony's close to buying Bandai Namco?" Yeah, Goggle Post. I don't deal with rumors unless it's absolute fact. So no, I haven't heard of it, and I don't believe it. Listen, with these guys, you gotta, you can't say something
Look,
and
if
then just
Sony
go,
can't even maintain their own doors open, they're
yeah,
not buying nobody. I
yeah,
don't know why they
they,
keep saying because they said, "Oh, we're going to buy other publishers after they bought Insomniac." Yeah, they also said they were going to have 100 shows in 1 year, and what they do
yeah,
one thing.
nothing.
Nothing. Hey, dude, you know
I'm
what?
still,
See, that unlimited, I know Gogo Pole.
mhm.
Gogo Pole live right down the street. He ain't shit either.
Oh,
Gogo
okay,
Pole is saying this is a damn lie. Sony ain't gonna buy shit. How is Sony gonna buy any damn thing? Sony can't buy lunch. You see all of the people Sony's laid off. You see Sony's great naughty dog can't even make factions. You see that? So tell me, how are they gonna buy anything? That's what the rest. Gogo Pole just didn't print the rest of it. He didn't want to do a
oh,
lot
okay,
of typing. That's
gotcha.
all.
Yeah, Gun Griffin said this is pure salt mines from the media.
Oh, that's a fact.
Now their Sony paycheck means nothing. They were high on the anti-Xbox, bought and paid for by Sony. Now comes off as hypocritical. Yeah, yeah. Well, you see the thumbnail of the video is pretty much this that you see on screen now.
Yep.
Microsoft active acquisitions are actual companies that Sony acquisitions are IGN, GameSpot, Metro, Kotaku, and all that. That's pretty much how it is, man.
That
Because
is classic. Who
yeah,
did that?
I wish I could give him credit, but I saw it on Twitter, and even the guy I got it from Twitter. I don't think it was his original thing. So whoever I
That's
find out, I will
amazing.
give him credit in a heartbeat because he deserves it. That is hilarious.
Oh, you just reminded me of something. That picture of Jason Voorhees I sent to you guys holding
Oh
the
yeah.
control, that was from Web Day. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't plagiarize around here. We don't do no
No.
damn IGN. You get your ass kicked out of school for that shit.
Yeah. Vodka said Apple doesn't allow Game Pass, so Sony got a brother. That don't mean nothing. Listen, the thing about Apple and Microsoft got their own separate war that has nothing to do with Sony. Matter of fact, Apple don't even Apple probably don't even know Sony fucking exists unless a movie deal comes up or something that they got to put on Apple TV. They do not give a shit about Apple, man. The only listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only reason why we ever compare Sony and Microsoft in the same breath is because those two happen to make video games. That's it. Nobody. There ain't a single person on the market right now who comparing the two for anything. All
Hmm.
right. Vodka brought up an excellent point. They boycotted Call of Duty last year. They made $1 billion opening weekend. Yeah,
Right. Right. Hey, isn't it? Don't that mean $1.5 billion to Sony that Call of Duty provides Sony? And like I said before, and we all know it, once Microsoft bought them, it was going to strip them of all of that power. Now
Mhm.
you're just going to have mediocre sales, dude, because Microsoft take it, spread it around, and it's going to be watered down coming back in returns to Sony.
Right. Yeah. Chick and I with another great comment. Sony's not making new IPs because ponies don't buy their own first party games. They're not going to risk it. That's why they stick to all the remasters. PS5 is the remaster station. Yeah.
Word.
Not only that. Not only that. Chick and I remember it. What you said is what Sony literally said at the beginning of the generation. We're going to release. And by the way, and they worded it in the typical Sony way, corporate way, where they pretend it's going to be a benefit to them. We're going to release less games, but make it more quality. And all the
Mhm.
PlayStation fanboys went on their shows like, see, Jim Ryan's a genius because even though yeah, it's going to be less games, but it's going to be higher quality, and their quality, Xbox can't keep up with their quality, and and all that bullshit.
Mhm.
And then look at it now. Now they're begging for Sony to show something.
Anything.
And here's the
Anything.
kicker: Sony's got nothing to show.
Nothing.
Listen, anyone who's followed this company long enough knows that Sony has no qualms trying to one up Xbox any chance they get. All right, this is
Mhm.
a company that would gladly say, hey, we sold 40 million copies when Starfield first released and stuff like that, right? So the fact that they're not showing you nothing tells you the only obvious answer is that there ain't shit to show.
They have absolutely nothing. And the only thing Chicken I left out of his comment was shout out to Brazil, the Brazilian courts for unearthing all of Sony's garbage because they were
Yeah.
exposed, heavily exposed.
Yeah, definitely, man. IMO, the PS6 will be their last consoles. They will be third party, like the way they made Sony. I meant Sega. Yeah. Listen. Chicken Eye and oh, here it is.
Hold on, let's get back to Chicken Eye in that comment. Hey, Chicken Eye, but okay, if Sony went the way of Sega, let's see the IPs they have. They have God of War. They have Unlimited's favorite game, Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Man,
what
they
else?
have Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
But the things that they have, ain't nobody buying those games, dude. So who gonna be
mhm.
playing this? I mean, it's not like you have any games that. Oh man, I messed up.
What?
Let me see. I think I clicked myself off.
No, you still live. Uh-oh. Uh Oh boy. Hey, yeah. So yeah, Faded Blaze says Sony wasted money buying Bungie for it to remain independent. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they got scammed out of that one, man. And he about sending me some good stuff. I'm gonna try to get that on screen as well. People forget Sony buyout of Bungie is only for 3 years. After that, Bungie has buyout rights. That's temporary, not ownership. They renting Bungie for a few billions. Wow, Griffin. Excellent. What a spectacular point, man. Uh, Bandai Namco market valuation is 13.37 billion. Where's Sony going to get that much? Sony can't afford a Bandai Namco. Yeah, Goggle Post said it was pretty much a dev being fanboy. And yeah, I mean, listen, what you're seeing now, Xbox fans and Xbox community, is desperation. This desperation is worse than the shit I was seeing from the Xbox community when a lot of the fakes were jumping from when a lot of the fakes were jumping ship, right? In 2018, and then that E3 Phil that E3 2018 was the first of Phil's purchasing spree.
Well, it
Think,
wasn't 2018. It was actually 2013, 2014 when he bought um, Minecraft. He stole Gears from Epic. He bought Havoc, I think, around that time.
mm-hmm,
And but really the worst of it was when he stole Epic and then I mean Gears from Epic and then Minecraft was the death blow because that
right,
was that was they made that 2.4 billion back inside of a month. I
Yeah,
mean, they
yeah.
put that on everything and it just blew up. It was insane. But yeah, man, go ahead.
Oh, Six Layer said, "Did you hear that Call of Duty isn't locked under the exclusivity contract? The Series X version of Modern Warfare 3 runs at 120 hertz locked. Suddenly, it's like the most powerful hardware is allowed to act like it." Yeah, hey, Day, if you want to join, I'll send you a chat.
Oh man, please
I mean,
send Dare, get
I'll
her
send
in
you the
here.
link. Bandcard Namco.
Yeah, six layer
Blizzard.
always come with some good stuff.
Yeah. Blizzard might show a new game at BlizzCon. Yeah, I heard that too. Hopefully it's true. Well, I say hopefully, like I got time to play any of this shit. Uh,
Hey man, I heard somebody else hating on your game, Unlimited Assassin's Creed, saying it was DLC, but in the next sentence they were praising Spider-Man.
yeah. Hey, listen, man. I've been doing this long enough to where I already know how the gaming world is. They
Hmm.
hate a lot of games that I tend to like. I'm used to it.
Hmm.
Go ahead and hate Assassin's Creed. I'm still gonna enjoy the game.
But you can how you gonna hate something so great, dude? When it comes to Assassin's Creed, just be quiet, just
Yeah.
calm down, oh dude, because it's not much hating. It's like hating on Forza almost. Forza has been a model of perfection since at least 2011 when they
Hmm.
dethroned Gran Turismo, and you have the nerve to criticize the first game to do ray tracing properly. And even Digital Foundry, even Digital Foundry. Of course, we know Digital Foundry gonna pull they
Yeah.
stunt, but come on, man, go ahead.
Yeah. No, no, I'm with you there. And Daya just joined us. Thank you, Daya, for joining.
First
Thank you for
lady, what's
having me.
up? Your
Yeah.
namesake, the one that named you, is Smitty Smith, is in
Smitty.
here too. He's in the chat.
Yeah. So let me get you caught up, Daya. Then I'll get your
Yeah,
thoughts
show
here.
her that picture. Oh, that there you go.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. So this article, hilarious article, was claiming that Nintendo and Sony should join forces to stop Xbox, basically, and it is just hilarious nonsense rambling about pretty much stating that pretty much as the chat said a few minutes ago, PlayStation fans are now calling on Nintendo to save them from Xbox Data, and it's hilarious. They're not asking Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Nah,
Hmm.
they strictly going to Nintendo now. So let me get your thoughts on this
Yeah, hey
because I
dear,
find it
they
hilarious.
dear, they trying to join forces like the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Well,
Wonder Twins power activate. Shape of a successful company.
that's a good. That's a good one. Wow. Well, I say this. I find this interesting. Remember, I think it was a while back that I said that I didn't understand what was with these PlayStation fans that they would do anything to stand against an American company that's
Right.
trying to
Mhm.
exist in the
Hmm.
gaming industry. Again, there are not many publishers on this scale. Xbox is the only one from America, and they would rather see Xbox die and Nintendo and Sony only exist. And that
Hmm.
means you would only have the Japanese representative in the console market. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
I'll also add I don't believe Nintendo and Microsoft has oh I'm sorry, Xbox has a bad relationship. So even if they could, Nintendo just is they're content in being in their own corner. So they're
Mhm.
not gonna
Hmm.
bail Sony out. I don't think
Yeah.
they have any love for Sony either.
No, you
No.
missed that part. We talked about
Yeah.
that about a half hour ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
And
did
here's
okay.
the thing, Daya. And here's the thing, Daya. A partnership between the Nintendo and Xbox that got them Call of Duty. What part? What would PlayStation give Nintendo if they
That's a good.
partnered up?
That's a good
Nothing.
point because
Nothing.
Nintendo doesn't want anything from them. Nintendo did want Call of Duty because they signed that contract quick.
Hey,
Yep.
dear, they I think they signed that contract before the paper
I
was
agree.
flat on. They tried to sign that
They didn't
mug in
say
the air.
oh we don't really need that or they didn't say any of that. They signed that
Nothing.
contract fast. You didn't hear anything from Nintendo. Number
Hmm.
one, never stood against Xbox during this deal, never
Hmm.
once. And then when they offered to take Call of Duty, they didn't say oh we don't need that. They took Call of Duty.
Hmm.
So I don't think it's anything that Sony could offer them that they want. And I think that these practices just, you know, Nintendo did that dirty stuff too. They understand it from the other side. And
Hmm.
they wouldn't you wouldn't want to trust a company just as bad as you were.
Hmm.
Nintendo was just as bad, and they know not to turn their back on Sony. Sony is
Hmm.
not trustworthy company. They do a lot of underhanded tactics.
And
So
and I'm glad you said Nintendo was just as bad,
Yeah.
because in those early '90s, late '80s, Nintendo, they were the power company, and they pulled
Mhm.
a lot of strong arm tactics on some people.
Yo,
Sure
they
did.
did.
third party developers used to hate Nintendo. So when Sega finally came, man, they were so happy to work with a company that would actually work with them, and
Hmm.
instead of having these stupid ass rules that Nintendo was applying on them.
It's
Hmm.
unfortunate, but the good guys in the industry often are the ones that's gone. They don't stay around for very long. And Microsoft, in my opinion, they can be cutthroat. They know what it's like to be a
Hmm.
monopoly, so they do have that ability. However, Microsoft learned a lot from the past when they came
Hmm.
out gung ho. They know how to do their stuff behind closed doors. They know how to squeeze you out of the business. They don't do it in the way that Sony does it with. Well, although a lot of us didn't know that, I think people in the industry did. I think developers
Sure.
did, publishers knew.
Hmm.
I mean, even now to this day, I think they're still trying to get parity to keep. They have to suppress the Xbox. They knew that Xbox had the better console. They knew that they can't compete with Xbox
Nintendo
with
was
the
the first one
software.
who started all this shit.
They did, and that's why
Hmm.
They
I've
were the person
never.
who started all that grimy shit.
They did,
Hmm.
and because of that, is no way they'd ever trust Sony. No
Yep.
Mhm.
way.
And you
They
know
do,
something else,
they
dear,
won't. They won't.
you just talked about, and you and T Reaper hit it good. Like I said last week, that was the greatest comment I've heard in a long time. At Microsoft didn't have to let Apple. They didn't have to let Apple live.
They didn't.
They
They
didn't
didn't.
have to.
They could have
And,
got their money back. They could have. They
mhm.
could have did a lot of stuff,
They
but
could
they
have done a
didn't.
lot of things, but they
Yeah.
didn't. You know, they allowed them breathing room. And Apple is an American company. I don't like
Right.
Apple, but I'm glad they're here.
Right. Right.
Because Steve Jobs was a badass dude, smart guy, but they didn't have to do that.
No, they
Not at
didn't.
all.
But Microsoft learned something with that. The way that you keep yourself under the regulators is by making sure you have competition. And better the competition or the enemy you know than the one you don't. They don't know Tencent. They don't know how cutthroat or how dangerous Tencent could be. I think Microsoft suspects that Tencent could be dangerous. Apple can be. They're competitive. I say Apple is very
Was the other
competitive.
thing too? They that people failed to miss. Microsoft also know that by having competition, it takes eyes off of them.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
But
And they
they
could
want to
do things that
control.
people don't always pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And but the thing is, where what I say is they don't want just anybody in there. They want somebody they understand. They understand Sony. They're not threatened
Mm-hmm.
by Sony and they can control them. And
Mhm.
that's why they want Sony in place. When I say they want Sony, it's not, I'm just saying that they can control Sony. They know that in the
Mhm.
market, like what they're doing now, they're squeezing Sony.
And
They
see, and
know how
dear,
to do that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
and I want to piggyback, and don't forget, the worst guy, like I said before, Bill Gates hates Sony, but
Oh yeah.
Bill Gates is treating Sony like, how you have a cat, and he'll catch a rat or a field mouse, and he'll just play with it. It's like, hey, bro, I could kill you if I want to.
Right, yeah.
That's what Bill Gates is like. Hey, just kick Sony around. Let them think they good. Let Ryan McCaffrey and all of these people say Sony is a beast. You remember that? He bought Microsoft is
Yeah. So how do you feel
PlayStation is a
with
beast in
PlayStation's
Phil's
beast of a
face.
console?
He's dude. He said that in
Phil
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 Spencer's
looked at him with
face,
a face like, "Yo,
bruh.
bro, you
Did you
really
just
just
say
said
that to
that?"
me,
Phil's face. After that, Phil didn't give him an interview for like 5 years. I was like, "Yes, that's what
bruh?
you get,
Wow.
you
That
fucker.
was crazy.
That
That
shit's great."
Hey man, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I see the sunlight, and I see Ryan McCaffrey saying that to Phil Spencer. I mean, I know Phil just wanted to slap all the taste
I
out
could
his mouth.
imagine. Just his face. Look at his face when he said that.
Yeah,
It's
go
funny as
ahead and
fuck.
wear it out, dear.
Yeah,
You were messing up something.
Yeah, I want to add
Destin
one.
ain't. Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry. I was going to say Destin Legary. He not going to get an interview for years after asking Phil this summer if Baldur's Gate 3 was going to kill
Yeah,
Starfield's hype.
yeah.
Oh
Bruh.
Why would
god.
you ask that person about their own? They want to promote their own IP. That's an insult in his
He's a
face.
fucking idiot. That's how you know he's a fucking pony drone.
Yes,
Hey,
I
Fucking
hey,
don't.
dear.
dumbass.
Hey, dear, when you keep going off, I want you to also, because I don't want to forget this, but
Okay.
where's Baldur's Gate? It's been on the PlayStation. Where are the screenshots? Where are the people talking about
Yeah. Where
Baldur's Gate?
everybody playing it? Yeah.
Where's that? Where's that? I thought it was so revolutionary. It was scaring developers because the game was so
Oh yeah.
great.
My
Oh
God,
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say some people don't generally like it, like Pong Soul likes it, and there's people who like it. But I say this, I'm telling you now,
Yeah, dear,
that
we're not
game,
saying that people don't like it, but
Is
they
where's the
elevated.
proof that everybody
No,
that
no,
says they
it's
like it
no,
is the way they playing it?
well, here,
it's
Like
not
you
that.
said, you see everybody putting stuff up, even new people of Starfield.
they
But you
do.
don't see that for Baldur's Gate like
No, you
that.
But
don't.
he bought not only that. Where I'm going is they elevated this game to Jordan
They
status.
did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like everybody gonna have the new
But you
Jordans
know
on.
why, Zink? They did it because
We
they
know.
really wanted to take the thunder away from
Well,
Starfield, but it
he
didn't
bought
work.
we know it, but now you have to pay up because
Yeah,
I'm not
it
gonna let
was
your ass
genius.
forget.
Matter of fact, the way
Hey
Baldur's
up,
Gate 3
motherfucker.
handled the way Baldur's Gate 3 handled was one of Phil Spencer's master strokes of work, masterpiece of work, if you will. And here's
Hmm.
why. Because he watched all summer how people were saying that Sony got the biggest RPG of the year without doing nothing. It's an exclusive. It's this,
Yes,
and that. And Phil said, "All right, I'll let you talk your shit." And then, like a few weeks before Starfield dropped, he told the head of Larian Studios, developers of Baldur's Gate 3, okay,
Yeah,
go tell them that's coming later this year on Xbox. And as soon as that happened, every single person that was bragging
They
about
lost
Baldur's Gate
interest.
3,
Yeah,
they
because
deleted,
Phil was like,
they
okay, y'all want
stopped.
to keep blaming that the Series S is holding shit back?
yep,
And it's Larry that wants to make sure that they all have the same features when they release.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know what, Larry? Don't even worry about the S. You do what
Yeah.
you got to do, bring it out. And when you get it on the S, you can put it out.
Yeah,
right.
and
Phil,
Hey,
every single person he bought who was bragging about Baldur's
and
Gate
the
3,
best
oh,
part,
I
no,
just bought the best RPG of the
unlimited.
year.
Unlimited. The best thing is that he did it over the weekend of Gamescom when Sony was nowhere to
Oh
be
yeah,
found.
that's
oh
right.
my goodness.
We're the only
Hey,
ones there. And they were like, you know what, do this. And the next day they made the announcement. Everybody was like, what the fuck? What's coming out?
and then silence. Hey, unlimited, and he bought, and then Dia said, "Wait a minute, I have a 9090. Baldur's Gate is okay. Take it away,
Oh,
Dia. Go ahead."
I haven't even
Yeah,
played Baldur's Gate. I was looking forward to Starfield.
yeah.
But
damn, there, you false. You
but
fake. You see? We
I'm
Nah,
caught you
sorry.
out
I'm
there.
a
that's
Starfield girl.
actually
I'm
the
a
realest
Bethesda
thing Day
girl.
has ever done. I do
Yeah.
the same thing too, Day.
Yeah, I could have played it. I actually had friends who asked me to
You
get it.
call yourself a PC girl. Oh my
I
God. You so
hey,
fake there.
I,
Oh my God.
I'm half and half. Sometimes that console has me. I was like, nope.
Dia is the best boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm just this article though. I'm still looking at it. The title. I can't believe
Unlimited
this.
shook me with that
Yeah, that
article
shit
too.
funny as hell.
I
That
yeah,
was
shit is.
staring at that thing.
yeah. It's hilarious. Reading it was even more hilarious because here was a really funny part. This part really got me. Okay, you got to hear this one, Daya. Hopefully you know why this is hilarious. Um, who wouldn't want to see a Naughty Dog game with Zelda's physics system or Mario graphics as good as Ratchet and Clank, or maybe F Zero and Wipeout crossover that would finally allow both games to make a comeback? Or here's my favorite part: how about Smash Bros with PlayStation characters? And do you know what that is, Daya?
Hmm.
Do you?
You said
Uh
no. Go ahead.
oh,
I'm listening.
look at Unlimited.
Oh no, because it was hilarious. Do
The
you know what
Smash.
the Smash Bros with PlayStation characters is?
No, I don't.
PlayStation All
Okay,
Stars.
back in
Oh, All
2020,
Stars. I never played
yeah,
that. Okay.
nobody did. Nobody look at this shit, Dale. Nobody played this. Nobody played this bullshit on screen back in 2012.
That they had that game. I don't even
Yeah, they
remember
Yeah,
made
that.
a game to actually try to compete with Smash Bros. With their
nobody played it.
characters,
Oh,
but
that
it was
Nobody
must be
bad.
played
It
this
was
on.
bad.
bullshit that you see on screen. So that article was funny because the guy clearly don't know what he's talking
Don't even
about.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know why I don't. I told you I
Wow.
haven't played most of PlayStation's first party stuff anyway. So I don't know what they can
Hey,
come
hey,
out with
Daya,
some of it anyway.
Daya, what you just said is what PlayStation fans also go through. They haven't played most of the PlayStation game either.
Hey, there, Unlimited. That's what Jim Ryan said in Brazil.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. A lot of people don't play. Some people play their first parties, but it's not nearly as many people
Who?
own a PS4. I think it's the hardcore,
The
but I was
10%.
never I was never a PlayStation hardcore.
Yeah,
I
I'll
just
tell you
wasn't.
who. Daya, and I did this math years ago, even before this generation started. It's the 10%. There's a 10% of the Sony
Whoa,
audience that
that's
buys
a
their
high
games,
percentage.
and so
Stop
what
it,
you see.
Unlimited.
Yeah,
Hey,
and,
hey, hey, he
no, and
about
Stop
to
it.
so
kick his
no,
ass
no,
off his own
I'm telling
show.
you, listen, because Colin Moriarty was surprised that The Last of Us 2 sold 10 million copies on a
Right.
system that sold 120 according to Sony, right?
Yep.
And that's a little less than 10%. So there's 10 at
Okay.
most. So at most, their
He
best
bought
selling games.
he bought this is
10% of the
where this is
PlayStation
why
audience
I
buy those
didn't
games.
like going to that accounting lab. I was forced to go there because I hated accounting, but I had to make sure our shit was right. But see where the accounting people get it wrong at, see, those games were packed into the console, so you were forced to buy it. So that 10% is really more or less like
That's true.
5, 4, 6% at
Yeah.
best.
I actually
It,
had to buy a bundle before, so
Thank you.
what you're saying
Exactly.
is
And
correct.
see,
Yeah.
that's where we argue with accountants all day. That's why we don't like them. We have to have them because we can't do their bullshit. All right. Even though it's basic math, it's that the word problem math where they hide a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then they come up with this fuzzy math, and then you go to the gas station, and all of a sudden your gas prices are 50 cents higher in the Chicago area. This shit. Unlimited with his bullshit. But that's how it happens.
Oh shit, you got me wrong. Then it's even lower than what I've been telling people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And he about talking about all the time. Nobody bought Spider Man until that was like $20 that one holiday season, and it was
Right.
packaged with the PlayStation
Yeah,
4 for
that's
two
when they
hundred
Correct.
sold it.
for
Yeah.
$200.
Yeah, that's
Right.
when I
And,
remember
and then right
people
after
buying.
that, Sony announced they had like 12 million or some
Yeah.
Yep.
nonsense. It was
That
hilarious,
number
man.
just vaults, dude, like the
Yeah,
greatest pole vaulters in the Olympics.
yeah.
Oh,
He
but
about
what
sending me some good stuff. I can't get
Oh,
it
he
on
bought ain't
on
shit.
screen, man.
Yeah.
what really got me to thinking was when J Rock, when he said that
Oh no,
that
he's incredible.
PlayStation, they bundle their games right around, they everything
Yes.
centers around COD. So
Hmm.
what they do is they bundle their games around that time because that's when people are making their purchases or whatever to come in to COD. They might wait a bit and say, I'll wait until it's close to COD coming out, right? And then they might buy the console or something like that. And that's
Hmm.
when they do the heavy bundling. And I never even considered that. And now that they don't have COD, they have no particular game that can draw in the casuals and the hardcore all at one time in one game. They don't have a game like that now. And so what do they do? The bundling is not going to be as successful as before if that's true.
Yeah,
Well,
and as proof, he about used to record going to Best Buy, and all you see are the God of War PlayStations on shelves.
but here's another thing. I think I, I, I think Call of Duty PlayStation is going to have a Call of Duty console this holiday season.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, and what they're going to do, they're going to collude again with GameStop, and you're going to have to buy two games and a PlayStation. So they'll group one of their PlayStation game. Well, they only have Spider
Well,
Man.
if you notice, Zinc, to add to what you just said, and Dale, if you
Hmm.
notice, they haven't said sales numbers for games a lot this generation the
What
way
game?
they used to, for game sales, like for any of their games.
Yeah,
That's
Sony.
true.
And one of the reasons for that is because now every bundle they put out no longer has physical medium in it. It's a digital code. And because even the Spider-Man bundle is a digital code, right? Because that's the cheaper route. And so they did that. And that's why they don't include it anymore. But on the PS4 generation, all the consoles that came bundled, if you guys remember, came with a physical copy. That's why they were able to include it because it was a physical copy of the actual game.
Right.
You
Right.
understand? So
Yep.
it was very deceptive because if you're giving out free copies of the game with each console sold, and they sold 5.6 million units on Black Friday alone with that $200 bundle, with
Mhm.
PlayStation with Spider-Man. That means almost 6 million units were given out for free,
Yep.
and that was just 1 or 2 months after the initial release.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
If you
Yeah.
go look in September, I did all the numbers. When you go look in September on the MPDs, Spider-Man was number 2, right? Because it came out. Right? November, it dropped to number 8. In October. In November, wasn't even in the MPDs because it was given out for free. Then you
Okay.
go and look in December, it wasn't there. It wasn't there in January. It wasn't there in February. It wasn't there in March. Right? In April, it pops back up. Spider-Man back in the charts because that's when they first dropped it to $40. Then you didn't see it again in May, and then in June, whoop, it popped up again because when they did that fucking E3 sale, the game was literally $20.
Hmm.
And
And
that's
Okay.
why you saw it again in the MPDs. I did the homework. I put it up. Motherfuckers didn't like it, but I did it
mhm.
because I knew it was bullshit.
Right.
The
Right.
game sold in diminished returns. That's why it hit those 25 million numbers. It sold because it got free, almost 6 million copies given out for free. It's like I always tell people, and they don't like it. Mario, okay, is popular, but Mario didn't really earn its stripes the way Sonic did because Mario was given out for free, with each Nintendo console.
Mhm.
Sonic, when it first came on the scene, it sold well on its own, and
Hmm.
then they bundled it up with the Genesis.
Mhm.
It
And
sold
see,
well on its own.
it-
You see what I'm saying?
I,
But Mario was given out for free.
I don't want to dwell on this too much longer, but he about brought up some bad memories because back in the day, we had consoles that gave us two controllers. Then,
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
then
true. Yeah.
Nintendo took one controller out. Then everybody
Oh, wait a
took
minute,
one
too.
controller out.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a great point.
Yeah, dude, man, I remember that stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Those,
And they would give us games also with it, bundled up,
yeah,
like right from the hip.
yeah, yeah. But
But
hey, also what we were
times
talking
change.
about,
My,
also what we were
my
talking
my
about,
my dad used to have a ColecoVision and it had the two
uh,
game paddles with it.
Yes, it did.
dude, that wasn't no game paddle. That was a calculator with a joystick.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
with the analog stick.
It
Hmm.
was great because that baseball back then was awesome, dude.
Oh yes.
Hey, but yeah, also what we were talking about
Oh,
today.
that's right, man. You used to be able to play as Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth in them
Oh my
games.
goodness, dude. The game was great. But back then we conspired against our parents. We could get the console we wanted, but we couldn't get two of them. So dude, our whole block, hey, you get the ColecoVision, you get the Odyssey, I'll get the Atari, you get the Intellivision, dude. We had all of the games, but we was just going to each other's houses and stuff. We
And
had
then we do trade ups. I let you borrow it for the weekend. Yeah, you can borrow mine for the weekend.
Yeah, and each other's houses would be sold out. Our
Oh
parents
yeah,
make spaghetti because we were over there all damn day.
looking like we were ready to do it in a concert or something.
Right,
Go watch a movie.
right. Because see, Unlimited got it good. We didn't have pizza delivery back then like that.
Nah,
Oh
B.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I was a kid, Pizza Hut still did the and you eat at the restaurant, but
Right,
Domino's was doing the delivery when I
Yeah,
was a
they were
kid.
the
correct,
first, I think.
Yeah,
100%. But
and
dear, but
they said that 30 minutes or less, and people used to kill them on that.
100%. And dear, what we were talking about is the hurt that people are experiencing today. And that's why Unlimited had this out here. And I'm listening to people like Big Cloud, a
Oh,
well-known
Big
poet.
Cloud.
Bro, did you hear him on Mav's show?
Look, I
Oh,
heard some
it,
things about that, and I'm like,
wow.
I don't understand. Look, I'm not saying people can't talk to a pony. That's up to them. But I'm just like, the guy's a flat out pony. Why are you asking him to come on an
Giving them the
Xbox
time of day.
show
Yeah.
for? He's gonna obviously not like Xbox. He doesn't play on an Xbox. What
And,
is he doing there? I don't care about his opinion.
dear,
Mhm.
yeah, you know what?
Oh, so it was an Xbox guy that had a pony on his
He
show.
d- and all
Here,
the time. He's
here.
Oh wait,
always
was that the
invited.
video you gave me, Zinc?
Yes, and
Okay,
Mav
now I
is the
remember.
Xbox dude.
Yes,
He
Mav is cool. He's
Yeah,
really legit.
but
Yeah.
dear, on his show, I think yesterday on Mav show, and I really like Mav, but almost had what Sean does, and you could jump on the show. Well, he did it through Discord, so Big Cloud jumped on the show.
Yeah, and that's when I left. I listened to a little bit of that and I was out of there.
No, no, dear, listen. My father told me something great one time. I work with my father a lot. Great dude, man. I mean, great dude. And we were
That's
listening.
awesome.
We were listening to Rush Limbaugh while we were working, right? And my father, I said, Daddy, my father and I, we could talk to each other and continue to work. So I'm working with my dad, and I just stopped. And we never stopped working to talk. I stopped. I looked at him. I said, Daddy, why are we listening to Rush Limbaugh? You know he's a racist. My father looked at me and he said, Boy, and he continued to work when he said this. He
Hmm.
looked
Hmm.
one time, went back to work, and he said, Boy, you always have to know what an idiot is thinking. And I
Hmm.
thought about that. I didn't understand that until maybe
Hmm.
5 years ago. Dear, you must listen to the whole thing so
I've
you can
heard Big
absorb.
Cloud before. I know he doesn't
But
like
but but
Xbox.
but
I
dear,
know he's a PlayStation,
but
and I
dear,
don't fault him for that. I just don't want to hear his opinion about
but
Xbox.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
here, listen. You get a chance to feel the hurt. You get to, and I know you're a woman because you guys feel pain, but you can tolerate more pain actually than we can because you actually have an extra layer of fat around your brain to deal with pressure in childbirth. You need to listen to the pain in his voice. It is a
That
beautiful
was
thing.
the same one where Mav had the Discord
Yes,
thing, right?
that was the other. I don't. I think it was yesterday. He
Because I
had
was
the show.
I saw that and I listened to a little bit, but when he put Big Cloud on, I said, why do
Exactly.
I want
That's
to
it.
listen to Big Cloud? You
That's
know?
it. But he's gonna be talking about Sony, and you could hear the hurt. It
Oh,
was.
he's talking so okay. If he's talking about
Oh,
PlayStation, that's a
it
different
turned
thing.
into a Sony show, and you could hear the pain in his voice.
Mm.
It was gorgeous, dude.
Really?
I hey, he about laughing. He about laughing. I'm not laughing. Hey, unlimited. I walked out the house today with my chest stuck out, like I was the king of the world or something. I felt so good. I had an extra pep in my step, dude, like I was Jordan. You know what I mean?
Eh.
You know,
Mhm.
after a great dunk in somebody's face,
Oh my God.
So he
dude.
Yeah.
about did you watch that?
No, I didn't get to see it. I want other thing only sends you stuff up because you're VIP. You're VIP. So he never sends me anything. He's like,
You
I gotta treat the queen of our circle first. Giving her the
Peabody,
VIP treatment. I got
Pe-
you. I got you.
Peabody, I apologize. I'm not gonna send Dia nothing because she don't even like it. At least she don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me and
We're
Sega,
gonna
man,
talk
because
about that Gears thing again,
she
isn't
won't
it?
play Gears
That's how
without.
you know she's a smart woman. She could tell
Yeah,
shit from the difference between shit and dirt. You see what I'm saying?
right. She does not like me and Sega, man. She will never play with us, dude. Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me get back to the chat real quick.
Okay.
Rogers Cat Casper said Horizon Forbidden Entertainment was bundled to boost game sales, and Chicken Eye said God of War Ragnarok was also bundled too, and that's
Okay.
right for both games. I think they
Okay.
were bundled when they first released as well.
Hey, man, way to
Yes.
correct Rogers Cat Casper. He don't know how to spell entertainment. Hey,
Yeah,
Roger Cat is Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, not West. Okay.
yeah. That game is so boring. It'll make you regret ever being a gamer.
It does a little boring. That's why I
Oh
never
no,
Yeah.
it's
played
not
it.
boring. What are you talking about? That's the greatest looking game of all time.
Yeah,
Ain't it?
it's so great to walk down a road and have Aloy
Dude,
say, "Huh,
did you
maybe if
not?
I drop." It's so great to have a game that's like Aloy throw a rock to distract the dinosaur,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
Aloy immediately says, maybe if I throw a rock to distract the dinosaur, I could get around them." And
Right,
then
right.
and then
Like
and then
repeating
and
yourself.
then yeah, and God forbid you're busy and don't do it immediately. She'll repeat herself endlessly. There's a rock right there. There's a rock right there. Maybe if I throw that
There's a
rock,
rock
it's
right
like you
there.
fucking
What
yeah,
are you
and
waiting for? There's a rock right there.
yeah,
Hey,
every
unlimited.
what's up?
Let me jump in here. And how about this? You have an open world in Forbidden Entertainment, and you have this grapple hook, but you could only place it right here. Where
Yes,
Yeah,
goes
yes.
right
It's
here.
all
Here.
premeditated designations. Absolutely.
And they
yeah.
criticize Starfield, which lets you do whatever the heck you want
So
to
they
do.
criticize Halo when you can do anything with
Yeah,
that
you can
grappling
do that
hook.
in Halo. Yeah,
You
you
can
can do
shoot
that in
that
Halo.
grapple hook at something and bring it to you or slide to it.
He
Come
bought
on.
You can slingshot yourself in space with that grapple hook in Halo.
he bought. Why you got Zink talking about Halo? He was on a roll. The man was on a roll. Didn't mention Halo once.
My bad. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
I
It's
think
my
those two
Yeah.
fault.
are conspiring. That was like, make
Look,
sure
I
you
want to
mention
say something
Halo.
real quick. Did you not? You guys, look, if you guys didn't notice,
Yeah.
even on the tweet that Insomniac did today for the Spider-Man 2 launch, right? The launch
Mhm.
trailer, they said, get ready for one of the greatest stories ever told. Not get ready for one of the greatest gaming experiences ever made.
Right
You
story.
see what I'm saying? So that's how you know they just concentrating. And the half of the trailer is just all cutscenes and maybe a few minutes of fucking gameplay. They have no focus on gameplay. It's all story, 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 story. And that is the problem with
Mhm.
all of their games. They even said it on their damn tweet. I'm like, yo, and nobody's seeing that. Nobody's talking about that.
Well, they
I don't
do.
give
They
a fuck
don't want
about a
to.
story if the gameplay is that is ass. You
They
know
they
what I mean?
know that it's too much story in there, but they don't want it. They no one wants to criticize Sony. That's the problem.
Oh, the
Nobody
game is
does.
Yeah.
like 23. The game's like 23 hours long. Yeah, how much was cutscene? Oh, about 12 hours. Like, what the fuck? Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Yeah. The gaming media are cowards when it comes to Sony. They refuse. Excuse me. They refuse to criticize them. They throw all their vitriol toward Xbox, even when it contradicts themselves. You know, all just to prop up Sony. You know,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's what kept Sony alive for this long because I
Hmm.
Yep.
think Xbox would have rebounded a lot quicker. It's harder when you have so much of the industry against you.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you have to fight against their narratives,
Yeah.
like
Hey,
they've been changed things, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's people, let me please give me a moment to tell this story.
let your hair down. Go ahead.
Okay. I was happy. You know how happy I was when the acquisition was completed, right? So I went to look at some other videos and see what people thought of the trailer because I thought that trailer was fantastic, right?
Fire.
And it was amazing how little people know about Xbox. They go off of the narratives of the media. So they were like, all of this looks good. All of this looks great, but I don't know if Microsoft can release a good game. I was like, where
Uh,
have they been? Where have they been? It's like, look, if you look at the
They are,
trailer, you see Hi-Fi Rush in there. You
they
see
are
Gears.
because all they do is pay a fucking attention to the fucking goddamn Metacritic scores.
Yeah. The
They really
Metacritic and the
think that
YouTubers.
Metacritic
That
scores mean something.
and the YouTubers. Don't forget the YouTubers because don't
And
and
the
that's why I hate
YouTubers,
their
right,
guts. That's why I hate their guts
right.
because they do nothing but make negative content. And,
Yeah,
and,
like
and I
I'm
and
gonna
I showed
listen
it.
to somebody that's called PlayStation Forever say, "Yo, Starfield's a complete trash."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get what
they
I'm saying?
haven't played anything.
Dear, right, dear.
Nah,
I'm gonna let Dear
nah,
go.
I'm about-
She struck a nerve. Dear. Go ahead and finish. Your.
Okay, so it's another point to this. Okay, so I'm watching this. I watch another guy's channel, and he's up there watching the he didn't most of them love the trailer too, by the way, but he's watching the trailer and all this, and he said, oh, he saw the part where you see the Forza cars go by. He's like, oh, I
Mhm,
heard a lot of bad stuff about Forza. I heard that game's
mhm.
not so good. I was like, what? What? Is he even playing anything on the Xbox? At this point,
No.
I'm questioning it. Somebody in the comment section had to tell him, do not believe the narratives. Forza is good. Play it for yourself. And then he
The-
wrote as a response. I'm sorry. He wrote as a response. I'm just, I was just saying what I heard. I haven't played it yet.
yeah. Of course, they haven't played it.
But
You
he
know.
says this on the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Unlimited.
Yeah. No. No. They. Of course, they haven't played it. You know. Xbox games require you to actually hold the controller, not watch the damn thing. For
Bruh.
starters.
But
So
Forza of all games, and I was like, he clearly is listening to some kind of disgruntled pony or something out there, and I'm like,
I'm telling you guys, I don't mean to cut you off again, Dave. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not. It's bigger than that. It's these even the channels with 8 million subscribers, like fucking Angry Joe, do nothing but make content bitching about video games, especially Xbox.
Yes.
It's a legitimate issue that I despise with all my heart. You
Mhm.
know, when it comes to the gaming stuff, and is why I openly say now I hate the game community, and it's not a literal statement saying I hate the guys, the chat
right, I know
or
what
nothing,
you
or
Right.
mean.
hate
Right.
you
Right.
guys.
Right.
Mhm.
It's towards these YouTubers and gaming media that do nothing but bitch and moan about games in a year when we've had one of the best years of
Best
gaming in
years,
recent
yeah.
memory.
Yeah,
And they're still not happy. And the only reason why they're not happy, like the writer of this article, Daya, is because Sony's not the beneficiary of it.
that's why.
That's the only reason why they're not happy.
Sony missed out on one of the greatest years we've had in a very long time.
Unlimited.
And
It's
it's
just as
their
What's
bad.
fault.
what's
It's
that?
just as
Abdul?
bad, right? Just to say something real quick.
Mhm.
It's just as bad as when you still keep seeing people as, oh, Microsoft doing much better now because they don't longer only have Halo, Gears, and Forza.
Heba,
When
please
I
stop.
can't fucking stand that shit. I'm like,
Heba,
just shut your fucking mouth.
I'm
You
glad you
claim you
said.
don't play on Xbox, huh?
Yeah,
See,
and
go
I can't
ahead,
I
dear.
can't stand and I can't stand how every Xbox game is not for everyone, guys. I despise that as well because oh yeah, everybody's so into fucking Pokemon, Pikachu
Oh,
shit. Oh, that's for everyone. Everyone's into Horizon Forbidden Entertainment. Hey, go throw a rock, Aloy. But maybe if I throw a rock, oh, that's for everyone. But a game like Starfield's not for everybody. Get the fuck out of here.
You know,
Like Halo,
you bring
get
up a
out of
good
here.
point. I was watching. I'm not going to name the person's channel, okay?
uh,
Because
uh, make sure you finish your soliloquy that you started earlier. But go ahead,
okay,
because you're
I'm
gonna get.
not going to. I'm not going to name this particular channel, but I was watching it, and I guess they joke around because the guy on there, he's a Sonic fan, right? And
Mhm. Uh-oh, I watched
and
it too.
you know
Uh,
which one I'm
Oh,
talking
hurry
about?
up, dear. You
Yeah, so you know, everybody now Mario is not out yet. Okay.
Mhm.
But they already look, the game is not out yet. They've already crowned that game like the king of games.
anointed is a better
Okay.
word.
Anointed that game, the king of games. And here's the thing: when this one particular person was asked, okay, and that this might set Zinc off, so I'll keep the name hidden for now so he can not get upset. They asked this particular person, his name starts with a P. Uh, what was
Paris freaking Lily. I saw it.
so they asked him, what was your
Who you
honest
just said?
opinion?
Who you just said? I know you didn't just say Paris.
It
Oh no.
Yeah,
was they
King
were
Neutral.
asking his opinion, as I guess he reviewed it, and so they asked him what did he honestly think about the Sonic game. He actually said it was pretty good, but he said it was a mid game. How? That's the thing I don't understand. Like I was starting to realize, and I seen this on some other channels too, that Sonic gets these consistent 7 scores no matter what
Correct.
game they come out with, and what was later revealed. This is by a Sonic fan. This person, like, this is a different podcast, but this is a different channel I'm citing here. This
Mhm.
person plays Sonic games. The Sonic community loves certain games, but the critics rate it low. So you would think that Sonic comes out with consistently bad games, but to the community, he does not. He actually has some very, very good games. But you wouldn't know it unless you wouldn't know it from the critics, because they just consistently won't let Sonic get above a 70. But
Because
the
they don't want it to take over Mario's space. That's all it's
They
always been.
that's
no
the
no.
only
They
thing
don't
that
want
makes sense to me.
competition for Mario
Especially
at all.
no, but in this no thing, but this month or this year, remember,
No, no,
there's a
he bought
Sonic
this. No, no,
and
he
there's a
bought.
fucking Mario game out.
But he bought.
Mario Wonders already got nominated for Game of the
Yes,
Year
yes.
contender, and it's not even
It's not
out.
even out.
But
It's not
he
even
bought
out.
that. This Sonic hate started years ago.
Yeah,
It started.
absolutely. When
It started.
when the Genesis busted Nintendo's ass.
It started
Absolutely.
years ago, and it is boiled to this point. But go ahead, dear.
Yeah, so just to wrap it up so you guys can chime in on this, is that I realized that if Xbox is going after Sega, the backlash with that, because there's always already some type of hate campaign against Sega now, which I didn't know. I didn't know it was to this degree.
Mhm.
I didn't know that because I'm actually interested in this next Sonic game. And
Yes.
I'm really seriously thinking about picking it up. So
I would advise you to play Sonic Colors. I would advise you to play Sonic Generations. I would
okay.
advise you to play Sonic 4, Episode 1 and 2.
Hey,
They're
hey,
all
no,
fantastic.
no, I'm cutting Hebot
They-
off.
They're
Dear,
all fantastic before you cut me off. And motherfuckers love getting on them shit.
And
But
what was they scores? Were they all 70s he bought?
no. Sonic Colors was an 8, but that's because it was a Switch exclusive at the time. But
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Generations,
hey, hey,
Games
Dia,
aren't reviewed on their merit. They're reviewed by what console
thank
they're
you,
associated
Unlimited.
on
with.
what
Hey,
platform they're into at the
hey,
time.
Dia, Dia, the only reason Hebot is telling you to play these games is because he really doesn't like you.
What?
Hey, he doesn't like you at all.
I don't
Because
like you at all.
if you say you like these games in an open forum in a chat room in a podcast, they're gonna hate this.
Yeah, that's what I
He don't
noticed.
like you.
Yeah.
That's why he's amping you up, dear. Don't trust Hebot. Unlimited, kick his ass off the show.
But I
For
like Sonic.
Nah,
Trying to
I
set
can't
Dia
do that.
up.
Sega Sonic's the reason I'm a gamer.
I
Bruh,
agree.
Sonic is
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Hey, Sonic with them gold ass Jordans and Sonic Team Racing. Dude, that was one of my favorite games all time.
Look, Sonic Team Racing transform shits all over any Mario Kart. I'm sorry.
Bro, hey,
That's
dude,
just a fact.
my son had Sonic
Do y'all
ball
remember?
toys
Do y'all
all
remember
over the place.
the Sega racing game where they had the different Sega mascots on the
Yeah,
360?
yeah.
Oh, that was an
Yeah.
That's the
excellent
one we're
game
talking
too.
about. Sonic transforms.
Yeah,
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 Hmm
that was a good one, man. I
yeah.
And
used
that's
to.
backwards compatible.
You are
Oh, it
not
is. Oh my
allowed.
God, really?
You are not
Yes, it
allowed
is.
to
Oh,
like
I did.
Sonic.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can buy that right now. I had
Hey,
no
dear,
Yes, it
clue.
is.
dear, Hebot is right. Play the games; they're great, but don't go talk about it here because you're protected here. But
That's
if
amazing,
you're away
man.
from us, bruh,
I'm
hey,
the first one to defend you, dear. Don't worry, I got your
oh,
back.
yeah, hey, and you know Ramo will be there. So,
Hmm
Wow. So I just wanted you guys to hear that and just to see your opinion
No,
about
you're
that
absolutely
Sonic.
right. Your
Yeah.
observation is 100% facts. They never want to score Sonic games high ever since. If it's an Nintendo, but if it's Mario, it's always scoring high.
100%.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not out, and they're already saying this game has won some
That's
awards
the
and
proof.
stuff.
Where have you ever
They,
seen that before?
I did. Oh, I could tell you when. Just last week, when IGN literally said on the podcast, "Man, if Spider-Man don't get at least a 9, we're gonna have
Well, I
issues."
didn't mean literal on him, and I'm talking about in the sense of reality that you've never seen it historically. Who rates a game of the year when it's not even in people's hands?
But
It
it don't
literally
matter.
happens. It literally happens all the time, every single year.
Mhm.
But
Eight
whatever the
is
big exclusive is for Sony and Nintendo, matter of fact, and whatever those two companies announced
You
this
mean
week,
like Elden Ring?
Or Spider-Man.
Jeff Keighley literally does a poll on Twitter. Hey, do you think Spider-Man 2 will be game of the year? And this shit is
Yes,
Right.
he
like 3
did.
months away.
And see, and even Smith here said, name them here. We name people out here. Go ahead, name them. But I knew who you were talking about because I happened to see
You
that.
saw that, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I did.
What exactly did he say?
He said worse things in that show than that, though, dude. He
Yeah, it
always
was.
said something crazy.
I was
But
just surprised by the Sonic hate, I had just been noticing that since it's getting close to release. I don't know if it's out yet or it's
You,
close to
you know what
release.
you need to do? Go look his gamer tag, and I guarantee you hasn't played none of the Sonic games.
Mhm.
And then you know how much of a fraud he is.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
You see firsthand why I hate all the bigger YouTubers out there. Every single one,
I'm
because
glad
every
you said
single
that
one are
again.
like that.
I'm
Right.
glad you said that again, Unlimited. And when you first said it,
I
I
know.
knew exactly what you were saying. And later on, I'm listening to other shows, and I said, that's why Unlimited hates YouTube. Same here.
Right.
Dude,
Right.
they don't like nothing. But see, I'm going to attack them and everything they like when it
Hmm.
fails because it's so damn basic, and I'm going to be relentless when I do it. And
Yeah,
I'm going to stay after them. But I understand why you said what you said, Unlimited, and you're 100% correct.
yeah. Johnny Dome Studio said just watch a dumb possible pony video from a YouTuber named Black Bond about the
Oh,
Activision
Jesus
deal.
Christ. Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Never heard
Black
of
again,
Bond
him.
is still around. Please don't
Don't
tell me that.
don't
yeah,
Oh,
mention
my
that name
God.
around Hebot because
Oh,
Hebot
my God.
is saying, as will I, to back up whatever Hebot says about Bond.
yeah,
Jesus Christ. He's really a PC dude that's always trying to get involved and acts like a pony because because he knows it's the popular thing to do. But that dude,
yeah.
oh, my God, he's a piece of work.
Hey,
That dude's a piece of work.
Deal was going off, and I let her go, but I wanted to find this. Mr. Kima at 8:46 p.m.
Uh oh.
Oh, Mr.
Did
Kima. Hi.
He ain't shit either. Mr. Kima, he said, Big Cloud always on Boomstick show.
Yes,
Hey, let me
yes.
tell you something. Long time ago, Big Cloud was on Boomstick show. I was on him so hard for every stupid thing he said. You heard him in on he said, "Oh, hey guys, hold on a second." He hid me so he wouldn't have to see my comments.
Mm.
I was in his ass that much. And
Mm,
that's one of the reasons I stopped listening to Boom Show. Because he
mm.
hid Big Cloud, he hid Mr. Bad Bit, he hid Gaming Gaming Forte, all of these
Oh,
pony
you was going off on Gaming Forte that one time, I think.
dear. I'm
That guy,
tired.
he said something recently, didn't he?
Yeah, it was on the Dirt and Gaming Addict had a show, and he had the nerve to jump his ass up in there. I sat up and I was like, okay. I stopped. I had work to do. I stopped everything I was doing to contradict everything out of his lying ass mouth,
Hmm.
and the chat was going crazy.
He
But
did. He did have some kind of take. I completely disagreed about Xbox,
100%,
and they say he's an Xbox guy.
he is a
I don't
pony bot
believe
to
it.
his heart.
As great as the Xbox community is, the ones who pretend, the pony bots, as some of them brilliantly call them, that they are just like the biggest. They're so it is weird how obviously fake they are about Xbox,
Hmm.
because they're the ones who really be coming up with the crazy narratives. There's
100%.
one dude, who that guy E-Rock used to hang out with them, and I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, who said that Apple needs to buy Xbox from Microsoft recently. It's just a lot. It's just
Mhm.
Daya, for some reason. There's not that makes me cringe more than when I hear, oh, it's the Xbox guy on these podcasts,
Yep,
and
it's
and
always.
they're the ones
Mhm,
who say the
mhm.
worst stuff about Xbox.
Yeah, and this is the other dude that
Oh
people
my.
up and down. He's an Xbox guy. I just thought his name.
Kid Smooth,
Th-
because I don't
one
believe he's
oh
one either.
Yeah.
one bad. It's this one dude. One bad mother. He is the essence of a pony bot, dude. It's always they the slickest jokers, and Smitty Smith said, "I remember that show. I was there, yeah, dude. We were all there." But see, this is where I met Smitty Smith. You real people that ain't shit like Smitty Smith, Shit No Elite, Rangy Four. We remember all of this stuff, dude.
Hmm.
We
And
just don't
the
talk about
reason
it
why
all
we
the time.
run into him is because these pony bots or these ponies, they come to these Xbox channels. It's like
Right.
you just want to go to an Xbox channel. I don't want to hear about Xbox from a
You
pony.
like you like
I don't
you
care.
like PlayStation, but you're always on Xbox channels. Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah.
So most of the time those channels won't have that, but then sometimes they invite these. Like I don't like that Boom puts that Big Cloud in there. Why? Why you putting a man that hates Xbox?
Because he's trying to be a channel that he's neutral. Like, oh, I like PlayStation too. You know, Boom was saying, "Oh, my most anticipated game is Spider Man," but yet he never played a Spider Man before the ones on PS4.
And yeah, but Daya, to answer your question, a lot of them look at people like Destin Legary, who literally said he's an Xbox fanboy, placed the neutral card.
They said
You
he's
know,
Xbox.
no, he said it. He
Thank you.
said it. He said it
No,
word for
no, no.
word.
Unlimited. D is right. Other people said, Destin bleeds green. I said,
Yeah,
what?
it-
You should have saw me look at my phone. I'm like,
yeah,
what's wrong with my phone?
and they're saying it because Destin was literally saying he's an Xbox fanboy
Right.
on
What?
his own video. They see people like
Oh
that,
yeah,
Daya, and they
oh
and
yeah.
they think that they could trick their own community into
Hmm.
thinking there's some fake
Justin
neutral.
bleeds green, and the first thing he said was, "I don't know about you, sorry, but Gran Turismo still looks better than Forza." Oh my
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
Correct.
god! I
yeah.
wanted to slap the donkey dick
Hey,
off him.
somebody even said Ryan McCaffrey
Oh,
bleeds.
Who said Ryan McCaffrey bleeds green?
There, I was sleeping when I
Ryan
listened
McCaffrey
to.
bleeds once a month, but it's not green.
Oh, no!
stop it, unlimited. That was savage right there.
That wasn't
Not
even
even
That
right.
was
Ryan McCaffrey
savage.
spit my
I,
drink up. That was funny.
I,
That was fucking savage right there.
that was terrible, man. Hey, we need to let this kid grow up. He's not old enough to be around us
Oh
yet.
man.
We're corrupting him, and Dia is allowing.
Corrupted him.
He's supposed to be our
Corrupted him.
better half, and she's allowing us to corrupt this kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have to protect
Definitely
the
corrupted
young.
him.
I have to
Right.
protect the young, you know.
Well, look, first of all, wouldn't be the
Look,
first time because we
hey,
corrupted Finger Man too.
when Smitty Smith say "Wow, Unlimited," you know it's the problem.
No, there's no filter. No filter. No filter. Bro,
Oh,
Wow. If somebody confused that guy for an Xbox guy, that you know they don't know what one
yeah.
looks
And
like.
this is
Well,
another.
that's because he runs a Xbox podcast or something.
Oh,
I use the word Xbox podcast loosely,
loosely
Daya, but I
correct.
do think it is called Xbox Unlocked or something like that.
Hmm.
That's how they lure you in because you're looking for a channel
Yeah.
and you know they call themselves an Xbox channel,
Yep.
you know.
Listen, but before I was blessed to finding guys like Hebot and 100 nearly a decade ago. Those were the guys that I initially found because I was just a gamer who wanted to listen to Xbox in a time where everybody hated Xbox, and yet it was almost impossible to find those type of channels because even the quote unquote Xbox channels on YouTube hated Xbox guts. I'm like, I don't get it. This console looks amazing. And then, oh wow! Then I'm finding Hebot who had like just a few hundred subscribers at the time, and Sega Man had these collection videos, and I'm following these guys because they're the only ones that seem to actually like this stuff.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
And I guess things are going to get a lot worse from here when it comes to the media and
Yes.
these
yeah.
oh, they
ponies
can
and
try.
Oh yeah. You know how it is, Dad. The better it is for Xbox, the worse it is for them.
Yeah. And you know what? What's this guy's name here? Johnny Dome Studios.
Hmm.
Activision made Spider-Man games. Think about that.
that's
Yep.
true.
Think about that.
So we
If
now have like as Xbox fans of Xbox
Well,
now
it
has
wasn't.
studios
It
that
was
can make those
Activision that
games.
published them, but it was Beanox who made the games.
it
Be
doesn't
nuts.
matter,
Okay.
it doesn't matter because Microsoft just bought Activision.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they
Beanox is
own
there.
them.
They
Yeah.
So,
own Beanox. Beanox is
but
Yep.
one of the
yep.
developers.
But here's the thing: Microsoft could actually put all of those Spider-Man games in Game Pass today.
Assuming if they got rights to them,
That's
that's the
true.
tricky
That's a
thing.
licensing thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, that's the tricky thing with
That's
games like that
it's
and the
very
Transformers
tricky,
games.
but they own it, so they can put things that they own. Hey, Unlimited, you know what? I know you own this Cadillac Escalade 2024 because you've been raising gas prices, but you can't park it in your garage.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying,
Okay,
but I still think they would have to approach Disney for that to iron out anything because you wouldn't want no complications with that.
Disney was not the owner at that time. It's
So who owned it?
Microsoft, Activision.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, they own the spot. The like.
The games that they made, it's a bunch of I just found this out. It's a
hmm
Okay.
bunch of Spider-Man properties that Activision owned. Microsoft could put that in their Game Pass. But of course, I'm sure there are legal
There
things.
has to
Maybe,
be because
maybe
I can't imagine they
yeah.
own
here's
the
Yeah,
IP that's
because
within those games.
because about 5 years ago when Activision lost the rights, they removed all them games off the
correct.
digital stores,
That's
even
what I
ones.
was
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. It could be a situation where Forza has to relinquish the rights to licenses over a certain period of time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just like Forza Motorsport 7, you can't buy it anymore, but those of us that own it, we can still play it,
right.
and play all of the content involved in it. So I'm sure there's some legalese you have to go through, but I'm pretty sure Microsoft has said, "Oh, it's just going to cost us $100 million to do this." Phil
hmm
Spencer said, "Hey, you know what? Take that out of my spare bank account. Let's do it."
Yeah,
That's
I
chill.
I'd love them if they did that
Oh
because
my
those
goodness,
are
Mm-hmm.
I'd
I
go
like.
nuts.
Listen, I've never been shy about not being a Call of Duty fan, but the Marvel Ultimate
Same.
Alliance, the
Yes, thank you. Marvel
Spider
Ultimate
Man,
Alliance.
Shattered
My son
Dimensions,
and I
X Men
played that to
Legends.
death. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the games that I love from them. You know, the prototypes that they have been hyping up for months now.
Yep.
Yes. I got idea, guys. Can I pitch my
Go
idea for
ahead. Let
prototype?
your hair down.
I want prototype so bad. But okay. My idea for prototype is this, and I hope Microsoft is looking. They look at their channels. I know they do. Please, please listen to this, okay? My vision of prototype is that they reboot the franchise. Okay, they can still release the old ones, but they need to reboot it. The reason why I think they need to reboot it because I want them to go all in on the story, and I kind of envision prototype as being like the DC of Xbox, like
Mhm.
create a rogues gallery for them. I mean, you have to be forward thinking and really plan out your story so that you can make multiple games. Like I look at it like a franchise. Like I've played lots of Batman games, lots
Right.
different takes, different villains. That's what I kind of envision for prototype. Like imagine if they have really creative team that works behind the scenes for the story. The story is going to be important because, in my opinion, Batman games play well, but what makes them so interesting is the stories.
Mhm.
Batman going up against a certain villain and stuff. And how dark sometimes the stories are. I kind of look at prototype in that way. So I would like to see it. Even if they just said, "Oh, we'll make just 3 games and we'll be done with it" or something. Even if they said something like that, what I would like them to do is to build out the story and make some villains list and then a supporting character list. Like I'm not saying it has to be this character, but similar to how Batman has a Nightwing and you have a Batgirl and all this, just really fully flesh out that world and then start making the games from there so that way you have plenty of material when you make the sequel from to prototype. They can reboot the first one and
Oh,
then
I love Prototype 2. Prototype 2
yes,
was the
man.
shit.
I mean, I'm
And
thinking
the
doing.
main character and the main character was African American. He was black, so don't talk about there wasn't never no cool ass characters like Marlo Briggs.
Well,
I
well, I
love
don't
Marlo
care.
Briggs.
I don't even care.
Look,
I
if you
just
were like,
want
oh,
the
let me make
prototype.
cool characters.
Yeah, just put them all in there. Like they will have to rewrite it in such a way that it makes sense from story to
Oh
story.
yeah,
You know
like
what I'm
make
saying?
like
So
Mhm.
put the character protagonist from the first one and the second one together. You
yeah,
could play co-op.
yeah, you could
That'd be
right.
dope.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
would be
they did
great.
with Spider-Man not co-op, but they should have been. But yeah, like something like that. You can have
Hey,
both of the
Dia,
characters
what
in there.
game should you start? Because you've been talking all this garbage about this game prototype.
Man, I love prototype.
All
I
right,
want
what
them to do that
should
one.
I start at the beginning? Because I'm going to try this thing.
Oh, there's only two of them, so
It's
yeah.
two,
There's only two
yeah,
of them.
Play
yeah.
them both, or could I play two?
Play both.
Oh, they're both
The first one
different.
is
Like they
really
don't connect, but you could play either one separate. It doesn't matter.
hmm
Okay.
The
All right.
reason why I say I want a connected story because it would make more sense when you go from one
Right,
to two to
right.
three.
Because it is in the same universe. Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
and those
Mhm.
two protagonists can be in the same game. So I
Yes.
would love to see that. So
Side
I
by
really
side, the yin and the yang, all
yes,
day.
yes, yes. So I'm really
Hmm.
hoping Microsoft would do something like that. And everybody is asking for prototype. I went on so
Okay.
many different. I was watching different, like people reacting to the trailer, the announcement trailer, and so many people are asking for prototype. They're asking for a lot of stuff though. True
Mhm.
crime, gun, Pitfall is a popular one. I'm seeing that everywhere. Prototype, Guitar Hero. I think it's a good chance we'll get Guitar Hero. Tony Hawk, they want that to come back. So many people are asking for a lot of IPs. I don't know what Xbox is going to do. I just really hope Prototype is one of them for
Well,
Yeah.
myself.
you could do
Uh,
Pitfall, which is actually the original Drake and the original Tomb Raider, by the way,
Then
yeah.
they should they
Oh,
because it
a lot
started
of
on
people.
Atari.
Oh, and
This is
Okay.
StarCraft.
this. Yeah, this is what they do. First of all, give us the classic Activision collection. Do that
Oh,
first.
that's a good
Yes.
idea.
While
Limited.
everything else is in development,
mhm.
let us relive those great games, and then do it historically, like that one collection that came out recently, the
Don't
Atari,
mind myself.
which had like this historical breakdown for each game and creative stuff like that.
Oh,
I
Don't
that's
still have to
awesome.
buy that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, do
awesome.
that with your Activision games and put it only on Xbox and Game
Wait,
Pass
let
to
me see
really
what's on.
piss them off. and then announce all this stuff like Daya's vision of pro, and then pretty much announce that those COD support team studios, which used to make amazing games, are going back to making amazing games
Like
instead of just
Raven
yeah, or
Studio, D
you know,
Knox.
maybe break them off a bit or something so that a different team could do it if they need
Agreed.
to Call of Duty support that heavily since COD is going to be their moneymaker.
It
COD is going
is.
to funnel
Mhm.
pretty much. I'm saying let Call of Duty funnel these new games projects
Mhm.
basically.
Thank you. Thank
They
you.
fund them. Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
need to do. Use it as a cash cow so that you can develop new IP
And now
or
remember,
reboot old, you know.
remember that's what they were already doing, but COVID changed everything because they had three studios making
That's not
Call of
true with
Duty.
Activision. Activision turned their studios into support teams way
That's
before
true.
COVID. They
That's
were doing
true.
that by like 2016.
That's
Yeah,
They
true.
were
but they
turning Knox and High Moon and all them into
y-
support teams.
Yep.
Yes, they did. High
Yeah,
Moon. They
they
did that Dark Watch series that was fire.
they did, but when COVID hit, they actually had nine studios only making Call of Duty to get it out on time. And that changed a lot of things. But Call of Duty must remain the engine. You can't.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah,
Call
I
of Duty.
agree.
Listen, Call of Duty's not going anywhere. So just let it pay for the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation fans are still going to
Correct.
buy it.
Hmm.
Nintendo's fans are going to be buying it again for the
Yep.
first time in 10 years,
Yep.
and it's going to be on Game Pass for us.
Mhm. And these are I haven't played a mainline Call of Duty in six iterations. This one will be my first in six iterations. So, but they still, we all agree, and we don't even play Call of Duty. They
No,
have
I
to
don't.
continue
Yeah.
that. But they
But
do.
you funding Xbox now. If you buy this one, that's
Yeah,
you starting
yeah,
to fund Xbox.
yeah. It's like people love to complain about Halo, Gears, and Forza. Well, and Xbox Live. That was the pillar to fund everything Xbox.
Yep.
So that's the foundation. You keep your foundation so you have equal footing, and then you disperse discretionary income throughout to build on things. So it's a model that has lasted the test of time. It's just
Can
something
I
that
can I
that you
read
keep
this
on.
statement real quick?
Let's
Johnny
get
Yeah.
it.
Go
Dome
ahead.
Studios says open world Tony Hawk game would be crazy. How would that work? Like, how would an open world Tony Hawk game work? Does anybody know? Johnny Dome, you have any idea how that would work in your mind? I don't know how that would work. An open world Tony Hawk game.
I don't know Tony Hawk like that. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I played a few of
I
them, but I
played it
don't
back
know
in the
like that.
day,
Well, then
but
you would know better.
I don't know how that will. It's like a skateboard game. You do these tricks
Right.
and stuff
Well, it
like
was
that.
great back in the day, and we had the first two, but we didn't go deep into it like I go deep into Gears or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I used to play Tony Hawk with friends, but it was never like the upper echelon of favorite games at the time either.
Right. It's like people saying Gears should go open world. Gears is not an open world game. It's a quarter shooter game. You it's not an open world game. It's
Yeah,
not, you know.
Hmm.
yeah. And with that, we're gonna start wrapping it up for tonight. Thank you,
Okay.
Zinc, and thank you, Dea, for joining this impromptu show. Thank you, chat, for watching. You guys were spectacular as always. Also, want to thank Hebot, whose birthday was the other day. So,
Yes.
quick happy birthday to Hebot.
He's one
Uh,
year younger, guys.
yeah,
Hold up.
Yeah, shout out to Sega Man who had a fantastic show yesterday, but I was so busy I couldn't make it, but it was still
Mhm,
excellent.
mhm.
And we'll most likely have an unlimited truth this week because I believe I could finally get E-Rock on.
Oh, good. I was
Yeah,
wondering why we couldn't get him before.
Well, he's the 56th person that live on the Pitcairn Island.
yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, Daya, to get to the Pitcairn Island, you can't fly there.
Nope.
You
You
got to
got to
land.
swim.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
ferry.
Yeah, you got to land in Brussels. Take a boat. First, you got to take one boat, and then
You
you
have to
take the
be
ferry to the
New
island.
Zealand. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
so
lot of tricks.
yeah, so it ain't easy. So yeah, so if I get E-Rock, look out for us coming back Thursday, everybody. Other than that,
Thursday.
enjoy your week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
other than that, enjoy your week. Hopefully, we get more excellent news like we did this week. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so we could really have fun again. But everybody, you guys, take care, have fun, keep it gaming, and we are out.